What's happening, everybody? Here we go, and it's a special. We're a little late. It's a late night edition, you might say, of Caught in the Moment. And Tim is here. He just flew in from New York
just for this,
and
I leave tomorrow.
And so, are your arms tired, or how are they feeling?
I had a break in Detroit, so that helped a lot.
Yeah, thanks for leaving everything that you were touched in Detroit. I mean, it's a tough city. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love cars, as you know.
Got to say hi to Slim Shady real quick, and then went down to 8 Mile.
Well, you knew it was him because he stood up.
Yep, and that bleach blonde hair. It was awesome.
So, a lot of people, if you don't know Tim, then you don't work in sports. Well, Tim, take it away.
Oh, boy. All right. My first stint in professional sports was during college. I was playing baseball for Johnson Wales University. And our fundraiser for our Florida trip was to work at the new Gillette Stadium. And we were, a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds that got a CSC security jacket, and they put us on the field, and they said, you're not allowed to look at the field. You have to look at the stands. So if people run out. Telling that to an 18, 19-year-old, had a few beers beforehand. And we're like, yeah, okay, we had the best seats. We're cheering on. I didn't cheer on the Patriots, obviously, being a Jets fan. But it was still cool to see that.
No, we'll put that on record.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Put that on record, please. After graduating college, I got an internship down in Jupiter, Florida, for Roger Dean Stadium, which was the spring training home of the Florida Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals. So we had two spring trainings going on, so 30 straight days of games. And then following that, it was the Jupiter Hammerheads and the Palm Beach Cardinals, single A affiliates, which were 140 games. And I had to work just about every damn one of them. It was really fun. I got hired at Dolphins Stadium, and that's when I first met Ashley Brown.
So, but until then, is that all? I guess Gillette is football, but is that all baseball then?
It was all baseball after that. Yep. Well,
baseball just.
Well, baseball, yeah, you know how it is. It's just a grind.
Such a grind.
And there's no, there's extra innings. It can last forever.
And people are always excited about it. I don't know.
Free baseball. Everyone except for the employees.
I don't know.
But yeah, so after that, I went to Dolphin Stadium as a retail manager. Freaking retail! I have no idea. I wear whatever's in the draw. So working in retail was different, but it was cool because it was all the swag that we all now wear. So I was at Dolphin Stadium in 2008, and it was the Florida Marlins playing there. About a crowd of about 3,000 people in a 75,000 seat stadium, which was always awkward. We had the Dolphins, and that was the first year the Miami Hurricanes football team was playing there because the Orange Bowl down in South Miami was torn down. So we were hosting 3 different teams there. And I lived in Jupiter, Florida at the time, which was about an hour and a half away north. So I would, on turnover nights, a Thursday getaway day for the Marlins, we had a Saturday football game for the Hurricanes, and then a Sunday Dolphins game. So I'd sleep in the suites, and just so I didn't have to drive all the way back and forth on those, back-to-back Dolphins Hurricane games.
Who is that? How'd you choose which suite to sleep in?
Whichever one was open.
There's this guy paid the least. This is not the fully furnished. He's being charged by the can.
I would usually let my boss know, Ashley. I would let her know that I was doing it, and she's like, yeah, it's fine. And I would just be like, all right, go to one that's, not going to Jim Ross's suite or, the owner. Mm. But, yeah, it was fun. And
so... Did you have to take care of was it Snowflake or who was that?
Snowflake was retired by that time I got there.
They really did have a Snowflake though, right? Wasn't it like in the 70s? They really did have a dolphin at one time, didn't they?
I believe they did.
I don't know if it was Snowflake or not, but they really did have one.
Snowflake.
I think it was like 2 years or something. This poor fish. I know it's a ma'am. I know it is. I just fucking
had to.
This, This poor creature is stuck in like what's basically almost like a big horse trough.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and entertain these fans. It's freaking hot as hell in South Florida too. You know that's like a bathtub. That's not refreshing for him.
Yeah, it's like the only pool that there was no gator in.
Where
in
are they
Florida.
now? Sports mascots.
Oh, he's long. Oh man, I hope they let him go.
Yeah.
I hope they don't know what happened to him. But chances are that's probably not the case.
No, they probably know exactly what happened to him. He's in a can of bumblebee tuna. That's terrible. I'm sorry. After Dolphin Stadium,
I was gonna say he's makeup.
yeah, that's good too.
You
So after the last event I worked at Dolphin Stadium was the national championship game, 2009 in January, and that was Tim Tebow from the Florida Gators versus Sam Bradford and the Oklahoma Sooners.
Ooh, Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
Wow.
Had my warehouse manager get fired that night
What a throwback.
because he stopped Tim Tebow in the middle of the underbelly of the stadium, where we all get through, in front of the warehouse, stopped him as he was going onto the field for this national championship game and asked him for an autograph. And working in sports, even if you're a newbie or not, you can't do that.
Oh yeah.
Especially in a time when they're like so mentally focused that you can't break that. It's like screaming out to a pitcher in the bottom of the ninth with one strike away from a no hitter. Like, do it! You got a no hitter. You can't do that stuff, man. It's just. But regardless, so after that. I got the nod to go to Yankee Stadium and open up Yankee Stadium in 2009 with Legends Hospitality. That was an awesome year, as you know. We won the World Series and all that.
You worked directly under it was Costanza.
It was George Costanza. Yep, assistant to the traveling secretary.
Talk about a loose cannon.
But you should see him hit the ball though. Really good, really good. It's all physics. And he had his Snickers with a knife and fork. Fun fact.
That car though.
The LeBaron? The John Voight LeBaron?
No, didn't he leave? Remember he left his car there?
Yes.
And he was like so dedicated.
They had bird shit all over the place.
And there was blood and everything.
Yeah, there's flyers everywhere. He must be dead.
I never watched a whole lot of Seinfeld and appreciated it when it was coming out.
We were young.
And it was because it was always like, oh, my mom just constantly is watching this and Friends.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? The George Clooney one. Was it
ER?
ER.
Yep.
And that's it. And just wanted to watch Transformers and X-Men and
G.I. Joe was on the same time. Come on.
It's just, but now my wife has the TV on every night we go to sleep, and so it's always Seinfeld play. So I can.
It's great.
I have this station in my head that I can just tune to at this point.
And she's a fan.
Oh, big time.
Okay, so that's like my wife and I. She's like, I don't get it. I'm like, you will, because it's on every night at 11 o'clock in our house, in our bedroom. And even if she's not watching or on her phone or whatever, it's still on. She gets it. I hear her chuckle every now and again. Kramer comes busting through that door. There's a chuckle.
Well, it was such a weird, like that kind of it made everybody want their own sitcom, right? It was like the sitcom boom.
That started the stand-up sitcom thing with Ray Romano and Kevin James and all those other ones that failed in between.
Yeah, then there was there was like Grace Under Fire. Remember the Jeff Foxworthy one? And
that was a funny show.
Well, but then you have Tim Allen and Tim Little Taylor.
Was Tim before Seinfeld? We don't have the fact checker up.
It was around there, right? It was probably
had to have been.
It started, I think, probably after Seinfeld, but I think it.
Right in the same sweet spot.
At one point they were going,
Step by Step was also one of my favorites.
All the Michael Jacobs ones. Was that a Michael Jacobs one?
I had Family Matters, all those had to have been.
Yeah, and Boy Meets World
he owned
and stuff. And
TGIF.
Yeah.
During our growing up era.
But then you had the dinosaurs.
Not the mama.
And I have the box set, and I've been watching it with the kids, and I've just now got the 3-year-old to be like, not terrified enough to watch, this puppet dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Especially his boss. which is like, which I don't get again, and it really actually, you know what, it bugs me.
All right, lay it on me,
He's
sister.
a Styracosaurus, okay?
A Styracosaurus.
He's got the, he's like a Triceratops, but he's not got these horns. He's got a bunch of horns here.
Oh, yeah,
and he's got one there,
all
right?
Triceratops is one of my favorites.
Same,
by the way.
same. Yeah, they're all around a good, it's like tried and true.
Yeah.
But this guy is like super mean. He says he's going to eat the dinosaurs. These dinosaurs they're not carnivorous. They are not carnivorous at all. Okay? They're not. They're vegetarians, and it seems very disingenuous of them to really who do you think your audience is? It's young children. What are young children experts in, no matter what? Dinosaurs.
That's a very good point.
And
boy or girl too.
Yeah, and who do you think you're fooling? Us?
Yeah.
We're not your audience. It's ridiculous. And to say that the Styracosaurus is going to eat this, what was he?
What did they eat? Those little
little furry creatures.
Yeah,
he's the mighty Megalosaurus. Is what Earl was.
Yeah. What is? Okay, I was about to ask. What were they?
I know that he was
dinosaurs. Yeah, that happened back in the Macedonian area. Just saying.
Can we confirm that? Can we fact check? Drew? If Drew was here.
It's all right.
But I know that his friend is an Allosaurus, but that's as far as the naming goes, But the guy the Elmo guy is the same, not the mama. It's that same dude, the same voice.
Really?
Same person that plays the little baby plays Elmo.
I could see that.
We know each other from our days at Levi's. And I was in when we got to Levi's, I reluctantly went to Levi's, right? Because I was almost ready to just not do anything with sports and just just work at the Cow Palace.
Yes.
Because there was so many promising things going on.
Well,
there.
they had events like every week, right? Every weekend there was something going on there.
Well, yeah,
big or small didn't matter.
But that was right after the hockey strike, right? And so they had the Bulls there, and the Bulls had pulled out.
Is the Cow Palace still there?
It's still there.
Still functioning?
Yeah, at one point it was the tallest building in Daly City.
Really?
Yeah, or in San Francisco, I think, because they had put that in there with it, but. They still have rodeos and gun shows and reptile shows and dog shows, and
That's
they have
cool,
the Westminster Dog Show,
Yeah, but it's a good in between for those shows. It's not like you're renting out the big civic center or the whatever. That's a good in between. It's the Cow Palace.
It was, but like I say, I reluctantly went down there, right? Because there was
you and Randy.
Yeah, well, we were ready to this ship's going down. Okay, see you later, and we're gonna go down and die with it, But then it was no, actually, what would it take to get you guys here? And I was like, oh, well, we'd take this, or we'd take that, and it was, it was a different kind of. It was. I don't know if I've ever tried not so hard to get a job, and it happened, and so. Luckily, I met you and Joanna and Jay, and we all I was starting to work in the trailers, and it was just that whole area was a desert then. That whole was just a bunch of dirt.
Yeah,
and just trailers. And
I remember coming because I flew out same day, flew out and flew back because they're I can't. Ashley's I can't get you a hotel room, so she just come out in the morning and fly back. I'm like. All right, no problem. But I had to go. I got there and I got picked up, I think, by Ashley and driven to the parking lot and sat and talked to Monica in the trailers, sweating. It was hot out. It was I don't know, April, May. And then I was out there. I drove across with my dad 2 weeks later.
God.
Yeah.
You packed your bags and headed out west to seek your fortune.
Whatever fit in the Hyundai Santa Fe at the time, that's what we brought.
And you didn't lose a wagon wheel or catch dysentery all along the way.
We didn't leave Aunt Edna on the roof. Nothing. We were
good.
Yep, we were good.
Hats off to you, my friend.
We made a trip out of it though. It was a 5-night trip because we stopped and saw family, saw friends, all along the way. Did the sights, stopped at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, I still haven't been to the Grand Canyon.
And we looked at it, took a picture, and we left. I'm like, it's a big hole.
It's what people do.
It's a big hole. There's not really much else to do.
There's no shopping center.
We're not going to jump in it. It's like, all right.
They don't have Fuddruckers down there.
No, they do not have fun.
There's no McRib.
I would do like Superman 3 and like Richard Pryor with the donkey. I would do that. I would try that.
Wait, Richard Pryor was in Superman 3?
I believe so. Superman 2? He was in one of them. Oh, yeah.
I never saw any of those. Holy shit.
I'm done.
Well, when I think of Richard Pryor, I think of like stand-up. I don't think, holy shit. I mean.
No. We'll go back and watch the original Supermans. Those were my favorite growing up.
God damn it, Tim. You're making me think like I need to plug this goddamn laptop in.
Well, how much older am I than you? How old are you?
You're my wife's age.
You just turned 30? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that's right. Fact check.
I mean, I'm special. I'm a 38 special.
38. Yeah, so you're right there. Can't believe you've never seen Superman, dude.
Well, the superhero movies that I watch are, the Guyver and.
Well, that's Knight Rider, the whole thing.
My favorite Mark Hamill movie.
18 was one of my favorite. Dukes of Hazzard, which Dakota, my son now, loves the Dukes of Hazzard. We watch. He likes the Johnny Knoxville one, which is kind of subpar.
Oh, I like that one too.
I enjoy it. It's entertaining as a movie should be, right? But
and Sean William Scott, right?
Mm-hmm. Stifler.
Yeah, and Jessica Simpson. Oh, and isn't Burt Reynolds in that?
Willie Nelson's in it. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
it's a good cast,
dude. That's an all-star cast. Yeah. I mean, I remember
Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman, original Wonder Woman.
That's right,
mm-hmm.
Dude. When I was in Chico, I wrote for the magazine up there, the Synthesis, and I did a story on this guy that had a replica of that. He wanted his name to just be Duke.
Nice.
Dude, he even went ballsy and had that flag on it, I mean, this is like probably 2008, so it's you could get away with that back then, I think. But I mean, it's a replica. I
think
card.
Bin Laden fucked all that up. But one of my very good friends, we call him Muff, and not because of that, but because
you are what you eat.
Because that's what he says. But it's Muffy the Mouse, a cartoon character. He's one of four. His brother that was a year older than us, Marty, he had the '69 Charger with the Confederate flag on it, with the 01 on it. He still has it, but I think he painted over the flag.
Okay.
I mean, even though people take it for whatever it is, it's still.
Well, they'll vandalize the car, right?
Well, that's
I mean, that's what you're ultimately.
Well, you also don't want to offend anybody, but you also, people down in the South, like the company I'm working for, is based out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They're still, they're the South. That's their representation of the South. I don't agree with it.
Even though it's in North Carolina,
I don't agree exactly.
Imagine how south the South one is.
That Mason-Dixon line, bro. that's the East Coast folks call the line, But I don't agree with it. But that's what they do. Whatever. I don't care.
That's an interesting point because the East Coast versus the West Coast. It's so. I know that there's a rap battle, and I know that you guys killed Tupac, but what I'm trying to say is like
I didn't do anything. First off,
I saw you there.
No, I was not. Nope. I was sixth grade.
I mean, Tupac is my favorite. He's my favorite living rapper.
It's not weird at all.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Just for a sec.
No, but I mean, we could cut this out too. But like that, that's what Kamala said.
Oh my god.
She got asked, what is your favorite? What's your favorite rapper alive today? And she was like,
no, I did not
Tupac.
see that. I can't even stand watching her talk because she's giggling. I just can't stand it. And I don't give a fuck what side she's on. She could be a Republican, she could be a Democrat. I don't care. I hate that. It's like
the machine.
It's a nervous tick.
The machine is it's a wonder in itself.
I don't even want to talk about it because it gives me a headache.
Back in. So, but like the East Coast and West Coast, like you guys are always traveling between states, and we are
100%.
not.
100%.
You know, and it's like, oh well, your son's been to like, oh, I've been to this Dakota and that Dakota and this Carolina and this Virginia and all over here. And
No
Rhode
Dakotas,
Island.
bro. That's closer to you. But that's.
But still, well,
no,
actually, I don't know. Is it because it's a big land there?
maybe the
Maybe I just meant the Carolinas.
maybe the next poster is a map of the United States.
I got one. It's covered up.
Yeah, it shows. No, but you're right. No, I knew you meant the Carolinas. Yes, totally, because I-95 starts in Maine and goes all the way down to the tip of Key West. You know, the most southern tip of the continental U.S.
The penis of Florida, all the way
Not
to the
even.
urethra.
It's like the leftover. You know, because it's just like islands. It's like 100 and something islands down there. Like shot out.
Down to the Keys.
Beautiful.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. Damn. I've always wanted to go out there, but
Dude, it's awesome because when I lived in Florida for 3 years, we would drive down because I was living with my boy Muff, his brother, and his best friend down in Florida. We had a great setup. And our other buddy he's a chef. He was down in Key West cooking during the off season for New York, basically the winter. It's still beautiful down there. It's 80, 70 degrees, 80 degrees. So we would drive down from Jupiter, probably...
right past Uranus.
Yeah, you wish.
I had to.
I know you did.
I'm sorry.
Bill Nye guy, me too.
I'm
It's fine.
sorry.
But it was like a 4-hour drive. And, we were to the tip of Florida, which is Homestead, past Miami. Then you got Key Largo, and you go into the Keys. But the coolest part is the 7-mile bridge, which is between, I don't know what fucking Keys it is, but it's between some of the Keys. And it's the 7 miles you're over the water. Over this beautiful turquoise water. It's gorgeous. But that's where they did True Lies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because right next to it is the old highway or train tracks, whatever it was. And that's where they filmed it and blew it up and all that. Right next to it is the actual bridge where you drive on. It's awesome, dude. There's gator crossing signs everywhere. It's cool down there. You
True
guys should
Lies.
definitely go down there.
That's Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
That was a peak Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
I think she was born without a uterus.
I don't give a fuck what she was born with. She's great. Love her.
But she's in some kind of medical journal, I think, because my brother told me this. And
Do you remember the whole rumors? She was born with the penis and all that, or whatever it was.
I didn't hear that.
She was born with something extra.
Extra?
That's what the rumor was.
Extra?
I think I was on MySpace.
Read all about it?
I think Tom posted that.
Tom?
From MySpace.
We don't. We're gonna have to edit that out. Sorry, Tom. Tom.
No, I'm just kidding. Tom, you're my
we
boy.
didn't mean to offend you, Tom. Tom is actually beyond reproach. Tom can do no wrong. In Tom, we trust.
This is true. Tom played the game exactly right.
We had MySpace, and we had forsaken it.
And we had world peace. No,
we're here because of us. And, of course, because the boomers...
the coolest thing about MySpace is you turn on somebody's page and there's a song to it. You're like, yeah, I like that. Mark Morrison, Return to the Mac. Here
and
we go.
let's not discount the top 8.
Top 8 was, dude.
If you fell off... There were words.
There was fighting words.
They were like, hey, okay, well, in that case, I'm going to post a sad song on my page.
So I went to college. I began college September 2002, same year as Mark Z. Our boy shit. Mark Z.
Of the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, that's right. Of the Bunky Bunch. That's when Facebook started. And you can only get Facebook if you had a college URL. I did not do Facebook until I was 2006. I walked with my classmates. I didn't graduate yet. Come on.
You walked.
I walked with them.
You could have ran, though.
I could have ran. But friends of mine that I met, over the 4 years and doing stupid things with and creating true relationships with, they're like, you have to stay in touch. There's no other way. I'm like, I got a cell phone. What are you talking about? It flips up and everything. It takes pictures now. It's awesome. said, you got to do Facebook. So they signed me up for Facebook. They signed me up for MySpace, and I went rogue for a while. I was like, this is really fun, But here we are. No more MySpace. Tom's a billionaire somewhere hanging out.
And he's all, maybe. I mean, he's who knows, right? I mean, he's not telegraphing anything.
No,
he's. If anybody won the 21st century, it was Tom.
I agree.
I
challenge you to find Tom on Facebook now and befriend him. Get him on this show.
Tom,
see how good you are.
Tom, if you're out there, Tim is willing to atone
I'll
for the
fly
death
back
of
from New York.
Tupac and for the creation of Diddy. If you come on the show. So anyway, I
That
saw
would probably
you.
be the most fascinating. Well,
I saw you at that Diddy party the other night.
Yeah, but it was the Michael Rubin all white party in the Hamptons. It was great. It was great.
God, that's such like a. You don't want to say that too loud in front of a bunch of people,
No. What did this guy say?
Things surely change quickly, don't they?
I mean, we have friends of all different nationalities, right?
Of course.
That's just our personalities. I don't give a fuck what color, what nationality you are. If you're a good person, you're a good person, and I want to hang with you. It's just everyone, the other people that don't. It's just everyone's so sensitive.
Right, and
it's terrible.
And to add on what you said, sometimes if you're a piece of shit, I still want to hang out with you.
True.
True. Sometimes.
True.
Sometimes.
But you're not in my circle. You're not in my top 8.
But
I'll still hang out with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not in the top 8.
I agree with you.
Sometimes if you're a piece of shit, sometimes.
Let's get into trouble tonight.
And you don't want to necessarily do that guy wrong. You just want to make sure, if he's going to shoot up the workplace, he says, hey, don't come to work tomorrow. Or, hey,
right.
Why don't you go to the bathroom for an hour?
Tomorrow. Yeah. Go get breakfast. Come in late.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, good enough. Good enough.
That's it. Make friends with those people. I agree with you.
Man, but speaking of that, when you and because it was kind of like you, me, Jay, Joanna were pretty much the people
Sea Lake, baby.
We started that. We started Levi's. We opened it up. We
sure did.
Christened it and did everything, and it was like I came in there not wanting to really make friends and not really being a friendly person. I know it's not me. I know it's not. But I know. But you guys, you and Jay and Joanna, all you guys, you convinced me to no, we're all people and we need you to be a people too. Because there's a shortage of people when these things open. And it really is true. It's
not
there's
just
such
people,
turnover.
Good, trustable, liable, just people that you can rely on. That's not easy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And it really you really will not have a team like that assembled. For you can't replicate that. Even if it's everybody that's the same today, you can't replicate that.
No.
It's everybody at that certain time in their lives. It all worked out.
You know what's cool what I think about, because I was part of 3 openings. Yankee, helped Cowboys. I was down there for a few of that. I wasn't. We were support, just like the Cowboys guys were support for us, and Levi's. But the Yankee, Cowboys, Niner guys, and girls, whatever, just like that, our staff. That's lifelong bonds because you're in the trenches with these people. Nobody, if you've never done it before, you have no fucking clue what goes into it.
Yeah,
nothing. And we couldn't do that with families. The people who did it with families, God bless you. I couldn't do that with the family now. You couldn't do that with 2 girls. No way.
Yeah, no, I had to get out of it. You had to get out of it.
Yeah,
eventually,
100%.
Eventually, there's a time where you kind of have to take a more boring job, where you don't really see all the people. You don't have the excitement. You don't have you can't Christmas presents, birthday presents is all taken care of.
Nothing like opening day.
Everybody wants a ticket. You come in and everybody owes you a favor. Or they bring you this or they bring you that. Not like you even asked for it.
Right.
But it's the fact that you can hook people up and that you can make people holy shit, this made me feel like a fucking millionaire today.
Right.
Right? Like the all access clubs, dude. Things like that. When you hook somebody up,
So you had that here because you grew up here. So you can hook up your boys, your parents, your cousins, whatever. I had that at Yankee. I'd call my boys. Start with like my mom and dad, and start with my brother, and then
Work your way down to the Muff.
Work my down. No, Muff was up there, man. I love you, Muff.
Muff is usually right in the middle.
No, he's my boy.
And you work your way down.
But I would call all my boys that were home, and be like, "Yo, it's a half hour before a game starts. I have the tickets that you're basically fucking on the field. Like you're on the field. Or you have access to the Legends Club. You get a wristband, you can eat, drink, whatever you want for free. Like, you want them? And like, I'll be right there. I mean, and it's an hour and a half drive from where we live to the Bronx,
Holy shit.
So, with traffic.
Long Island.
I mean, it's 60 miles from our house, like Sayville, to the Bronx.
So
it should take you an hour.
Sayville is what? Is that
Sayville's where I went to high school.
Oh, but you guys that's Long Island area.
Long
right?
Island,
Okay.
correct.
Okay, that's
the fish.
Okay, that's the long one.
That's the long one.
And the short one is
Staten.
Okay.
Staten's fire.
So which one do the turtles live on? Where does Batman live, and where does Spider-Man live?
Okay, great questions. So the turtles are based out of Manhattan.
Okay.
They're in Manhattan. So New York City is created of 5 boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and the Bronx. 5. And then Long Island is separate. Even though Queens and Brooklyn are on that physical island, they're still part of the 5 boroughs. So we have 3 million people on Long Island, and then you have 9 million people in those 5 boroughs. Turtles are in Manhattan.
Okay.
Gotham is a made up city. I mean, I know, not made up. It is a nickname.
Okay.
For Manhattan. Sorry. Let me retract that.
I'm gonna need can you grab me my inhaler?
And what was the other one you asked? What was the third one?
What was the turtles?
Turtles,
it was
Batman.
Batman and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was born. He was a Queens guy, but most of the shit went down in Manhattan.
Does everything go down in Manhattan?
I don't.
Because I watched
real better backdrop for webs and stuff. He needs those big buildings.
Well, I mean, you guys have every goddamn movie out there. You have you have the magnificent masterpiece that is Dunstan Checks In. Okay. You have the animated classic We're Back. You have all of the Godzilla movies.
I've heard of that one, dude. What was that one?
Really? You haven't heard of We're Back?
We're Back?
Yeah, it's dinosaurs. They're in Manhattan and they go to like the museum.
No.
Oh shit, man. And then you also you got Home Alone. I mean,
1 and 2.
Are there any
Lost in New York is the title of number 2.
They say Hollywood is like
He wasn't in New York in 1.
He was in Chicago. That's still New York to us.
He wasn't home. No, dude. That's disrespecting Chicago and New York, dude. Come on, man. No way. Lost in New York.
2 different pizzas.
Totally 2 different pizzas.
True.
Totally. I'm not a big fan of Chicago. Giordano's is really good.
That's the deep dish.
It's deep dish, yeah.
And the New York is pan. Pan style.
Well, it's just, I don't know.
It's just cheese.
It's hand tossed.
Only cheese.
It's not only cheese. Jesus Christ. You know what? I was at a birthday party with my 8-year-old son on Sunday, and they ordered chicken cutlet pizza.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Hold the presses.
I mean, it was a chicken cutlet chopped up, sprinkled across a cheese pizza, if you will. We just call it a pie. But it was delicious. I mean, I had 2 of them. I didn't eat dinner that night. It was great. It was fantastic. Saved myself some money too. Can't get any better.
We call it a pie. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's a pie. What do you want, a pie? You want a pie with meatball? You want a pie with pepperoni? No, it's gonna be a pie. There's nothing else to it. You call anybody. We can call. Well, nobody's open now in New York. But if you call anybody tomorrow, be like, I want a pie. They'll be like, okay.
And they give you a cheese pizza.
What else? That's what they say. They know exactly what you're talking about.
They don't ask what you want on the pie.
I want a large pie. No. If you want something else on it, you tell them what you want on it.
Well, because everybody out here is under the suspicion that they're probably not delivering to a child's party.
Well, well, you guys do pizza different out here, and that's fine. You know,
Sometimes we fill it with cheese.
I mean, a pizza's not really a pizza if there's no cheese on it. So isn't that kind of...
And inside.
No, fuck that.
It's like the Force. It penetrates us.
I'm a vanilla guy. I like a cheese pie. Just give me a pie, large pie. It's delicious. You know, that's all I need. Maybe a garlic nata too. Really good. Tums for dinner.
A fucking pie, huh?
That's it. Just call a pie. We can call. We'll order my family a pie tomorrow in New York. I'll let you call, and you just say, I need a pie.
Oh shit!
And that's it.
Yeah, we're gonna splice that shit in.
100%. I'll send it to my mom. Great. We'll send it to my mom. She'll get a pie. Pie from Sal's. See you later.
Oh my god! Yeah, from Sal's? Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
We will. I'll call
From
Jean.
Sal's?
I'll call Jean tomorrow. Tell her we're buying her pizza.
We don't have anybody out here named Sal. Oh no, actually, we have like I know one person named Sal.
I mean,
but it's like, oh my god! If I can order a pizza from somebody named Sal,
100%. Well, you can use my phone number to my phone. So
no, I'm gonna use mine. I want them to ask where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I'm calling from California. How are we coming in there? Houston, can you hear us? I'd like to order a pie, please.
I need a large pie. That's it.
No, I want a pie. They already know what size.
That's true.
If it's a pie, I'm gonna go with. Can I get a pie? And then I'm gonna if they ask questions.
That's it. Nope.
The more questions they ask, the less New York they are. Okay.
There's nothing. I guarantee it. They're gonna be like, anything else?
Is Sal gonna answer?
I don't know if Sal's there anymore. I think Sal might just be a face. I mean, there was like Lucky Luciano on the side. I mean, there's all these other guys in the back flipping dough up there.
I mean, Sal's been there a long time. They've all got a little Sal in them.
They all got a little Sal
at this point, I think.
Yeah. I always see the guy who makes the pies. He's always getting his scratch offs at the card store, right in the same shopping center.
Everybody has cheese out there, and I just don't get it.
Don't you guys have cheese here?
Yeah, Tim. Of course, we've got cheese, but let me tell you,
making sure,
Tim. When we used to have to wait, okay, for pizza, and we used to be working those late nights, and we get the pizzas. We get one cheese, we get two pepperonis, we get two combination, we get a chicken or something. Boom, the pepperoni's wiped out. Next goes the combination. And then there's the chicken. The chicken's starting to get a little cold. Oh, but there's only 4 slices taken out of the cheese. That is my life in pizza. That is pizza life.
You have not been to New York yet, correct?
No.
Ever.
Never.
Ever.
Not even once.
Not even as a kid, like baby, nothing.
Not even in my dreams. Only as far as Michigan.
Okay, I
Detroit, actually, where you just came from.
I knew this answer. I just didn't know how far east you came.
Just right to that time zone.
So now you have to come to New York, and I mean, we'll get bagels in the morning. We'll get bacon, egg, and cheeses. Bill Beck, salt, pepper, ketchup. No big deal. Yeah, really good.
Do you have a really nice sandwich place? Like where it's like, oh, this guy's got the best. And you'll fight somebody.
Throw a stone, dude.
You fight somebody if they say these sandwiches shit.
No, I mean, pretty much anywhere you go, like a real good deli. I wouldn't take you to a bad deli, but a good, the delis that I go to, forget it.
Well, I know
we do have like the Jersey Mikes and the Subways and all that other shit, but if you're not in a rush and you can watch somebody craft your sandwich, that's what you do. It's really nice.
Well,
especially the egg sandwiches. A Beck SBK.
I have heard, and I don't know if this is true, but it's about the bread, right? And the water.
All about the water.
Starts
with the water.
Okay.
Starts with the water.
So where's that water come from?
That's coming from the mountains, Catskills.
Cats have a lot of skills, so there's probably a lot of water.
I don't know if that's the right mountain range, but it's somewhere up there. It's coming down. Then they filter it right. The aqueducts, all that stuff purifies the water to such a way that it makes the dough rise a certain way. It makes it taste a certain way. Bagels, rolls, pizza, dough, all that stuff. It really makes a difference. That's why you go like Pizza My Heart. I remember going there.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Right across from the street from the stadium.
Were you just gagging because of you?
It wasn't, it had like 98 pepperonis on it, so you can't really taste anything but pepperoni.
Hell yeah!
And it was really good.
If I could have them put one more pepperoni on there, I would.
I agree with my I'm a fan of Vince Vaughn, and Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers, it's like pizza, it doesn't matter. Pizza tastes the same, for us. But for me, I should say. But there's a distinct difference, from New York City pizza to Long Island pizza. It's a little bit different.
I believe that. A little
bit different. But then you get into like the grandma slices and the Sicilians and all. It's
Ooh, but Sicilian, that's more close to a Chicago, right?
No.
It's not.
No, because it's all dough and then the sauce and cheese. The Chicago is, I think it's all cheese, like it's caked with cheese, and then whatever toppings, and then the sauce goes on top, and then a little bit more cheese on top.
That seems like it's more like a pie.
You're 100% right. It is a pie.
Oh wow!
I think in Chicago they call it a pie as well.
Well, it just seems like because that's almost like the thickness of like a lemon meringue. Then
I agree.
The cheese that they put on
and
there.
That's why I don't like it. I'm not a big pie guy, like in the traditional sense of a pie.
Let me tell you a story about a friend I have, Jason. He's been on the show before.
Okay.
So Jason had an issue at his house, and he had some friends come over and fix his house. His backyard flooded, and his pool got filled with mud.
Okay.
He had these people come over, and he got them pizza. Where's the worst pizza to get from? Anywhere. Chain pizza. Where's the worst?
I don't know which ones you like. What, Papa John's?
No. Papa John's is it's down there, but it's not the worst.
Domino's?
Oh no, Domino's is.
I like Domino's.
I like Domino's. I like the new Domino's.
New York,
you know?
I like Domino's.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. I have pizza anywhere.
All right.
What else is there? Little Caesars.
Yes.
I like Little. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I haven't had it in like a decade. But last time I had it was really good. Might have been really.
Little Caesars, as far as I'm concerned,
dead to you,
is the worst pizza that's ever been created.
Bold statement.
And
they're thriving. By the way,
he brought them cheese pizza. Well, maybe it was pepperoni too, but they're also very sparse with the pepperoni and the toppings.
Okay.
And these square pizzas, it's like, come on, what do you really? Do you have to do this? Do you have to do this? Can't you just?
Do you guys have Pizza Hut out here?
I don't think so.
Pizza Hut.
I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time.
And they used to give out the cool, like, collectible glasses and stuff. Like, Pizza Hut was like a vibe.
They used to give out some really good shit, though. Yeah. I remember, like, almost like, like a video game or something. Like promos and something. Like, you buy a toy and it comes with, like, a promo
I think they gave the dinosaur hand puppet.
That's
Speaking
right.
Yeah. I think that was a Pizza Hut giveaway.
Oh, was it?
I believe it was. I think we still have one floating around.
Oh, shit. Put that aside for Dakota's college fund.
It was too big for the McDonald's Happy Meal, right? Because that would take up the whole damn thing.
Dinosaurs like the
show we were just talking about.
Like Jim Henson one.
Correct.
Or was it Brian Henson?
No, Jim. Say the Muppets guy?
Yeah.
Jim.
But his son was... I don't know if Jim was dead then or not, or passed away.
Oh, no.
Because Brian took over.
Dude, that was early 90s. No way. He was still around.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Man, that was really like Muppets. And how do you get away with that? How do you get away with that today? How do you get away with something that appeals to kids and adults on different levels?
Did he do Froggle Rock, too? Do you remember Froggle Rock?
Yeah, I remember Froggle Rock and
I think that was
Allegra's Window and all those.
Allegra's Castle.
Oh, Allegra's. Oh, but there was also her.
Yeah.
A different Allegra had a window.
I don't know. You're watching
Allegra's Castle. I remember that one. That's true. That she was some kind of a troll with a horn. I don't know. It's some kind of hippie troll.
I don't know what you were turned into, buddy.
With a myopic bat.
But I think those are all Jimmy.
Was it really?
I believe so.
God, that's a lost art, huh?
The puppets. Well, no. Look at Sesame Street. They're still thriving.
But come on. I mean,
there's nothing new being introduced. I mean,
right.
we watch a lot of kids stuff, right? I haven't seen anything puppet wise. It's all.
Well, that's one thing that you can kind of say about like the new, well, not the new, but like I guess some of the Star Wars series. You know, is like they're trying to bring back like animatronics, and I know that a while ago there was like the Dark Crystal that they redid.
Okay.
In puppets and animatronics and try to do live action and everything. Mm-hmm. I like that. I wish people would bring that back.
I think, well, it's nostalgic for us, right? Because that was and that was state of the art at the time. Nobody saw that before. So our parents were jacked up about it too. Like, holy shit, this is a new technology that we're seeing. And then we just went off the deep end of the technology stuff, Now look at us. We're on the moon now.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, they're giving concerts of Tupac in a hologram now. It's technology's coming a long way. Or is it a hologram?
Which one are you drinking there?
Capiche?
Capiche? That's your second Burt Reynolds?
Capiche? Question mark? Question mark.
I got that hoping that you would drink it because
I appreciate it.
Capiche you always think of as New York.
It's funny. I say that to my boys. Not even like on purpose. Sometimes most of the time on purpose, but sometimes I'm like, Capiche. I'm like, fuck. Like, I didn't mean to sound like a dick.
It's such a... But they got to be used to it, right? They got to be used to it. Everybody says Capiche out there, right?
Well, no.
No?
We're not. I haven't introduced them to The Sopranos yet, so
I have not seen The Sopranos. I just watched The Godfather.
You'd get a kick. Wow, really? Took you that long? What'd you think?
Only the first one.
What'd you think?
So
watch the second one. I'll stop you right there. Second one gets into.
No, and that's what I've heard.
But the first one is a classic. Everyone needs to see it.
Everybody says The Godfather Part 2 is the best, right? I have not seen the Part 2. I've seen one. I have not finished it yet. I have 30 minutes to go because
it's a 3-hour movie.
I was dozing off and I was like, you can make it. You can't. You can't. And
next thing you know, the credits are going. You're like, damn.
You drank too much today. Bail out. And I have the last 30, maybe 45 minutes to go.
Okay.
But that's a long ass movie. That's
very long.
It's like Titanic, but shot with. It's all about the dialogue in there, and it's like.
Well, you're reading subtitles too.
Yeah. Well,
that gets
that
tough
too. Yeah.
If it's late night and you have a few cocktails or something, that you're like.
But you look back at that movie from an artistic standpoint, and you're like, that party scene at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. That took a lot. A lot
of that filmed on Long Island, by the way.
Really?
Of it.
That's right. That's right. I heard that.
Upstate too, I think, but a lot on Long Island.
Upstate is like Rochester, right?
Dude, that's fucking Canada. Rochester's Canada.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's way up there. It's not Canada, but it's closer to Canada than closer to me.
Oh, shit.
When I went to Rochester one time, I flew there.
Oh, shit. Okay, so then are they all upstate? Everybody's Bills fans.
Majority. A lot of Giants fans in the Westchester area, which is just above the city. Yonkers, just above the city. The Bronx, up that
What about Spanish Harlem? Giants fans.
It's a good mix.
Giants fans.
A lot of Jets too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Jets seems like it's Long Island.
Majority is probably Long Island, but you're surprised there's a lot of Jets fans out there.
What about Mets fans?
Mets fans mostly in Long Island.
Are they dying off? When will they all die off?
No, they'll never die off.
Are they breeding?
They yeah.
Naturally?
Yeah, yep.
Good for them.
Yep. And then luckily I was a I'm a Jets Yankees fan. Knicks, Islanders, and usually
Knicks. Oh, Knicks.
Usually, it's Mets, Jets, Nets, Islanders.
I was gonna say.
And then it's Yankees, Rangers, Giants, Knicks.
I'd be all about Rangers.
So I'm all over the map. For instance, my brother's a Rangers fan. He loves the Rangers. You know, I don't hate the Rangers. I'm an Islanders fan though. I mean, as a fan, I say a fan. You know,
Islanders.
I'll turn them on if they're in the playoffs.
Like Islanders, it's so interesting because like like Islanders, you picture like, oh, it's a tropical island, but really, this is an island in New York where everybody wears a scarf. You know, like everyone wears a scarf and dresses like Kevin McAllister or Paddington Bear.
Dude, there's so many different parts of Long Island too, and it's different from town to town. It's crazy. It really is. I mean, because you can go to the North Shore, and it's totally different. It's like more of a club scene, and the Italian really like the freaking Jersey Shore
the
wannabes.
capiche.
Yeah, like wannabes though, like
Greasers.
Not even greasers though. 'Cause
Really?
they're like they have sunglasses on inside, and not even the real sunglasses, the ones like half fade to like clear.
Do they have their Thiz face on?
I don't know. I haven't been out in like 15 years, but that's what it used to be like at least. And then the South Shore, where I live, is a lot of like, hey, flip flops, beach, drinking beers, like day beers,
Oh,
It's more like there's a big distinction between the North Shore and South Shore of Long Island. And then there's a big distinction between Nassau County and Suffolk County, and like Eastern Long Island, where like the Hamptons are. That's a whole other planet.
There's so many factions involved in just
it's wild,
New York,
bro.
and it's just like
it's 112-mile Long Island. It's the longest continent. It's the longest island, continental U.S. continental Long Island.
That's why they call it long.
Apparently, I don't know.
I
wasn't there when they named it. Staten Island, yeah.
Because if you smoke cigarettes, it's going to statin your growth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. And coffee.
I had to cut out all caffeine.
You have a fridge full of fucking energy drinks, dude. What are you talking about?
That's for the guests.
Really?
It's for the guests.
Oh, dude, I think you naturally produce caffeine.
Well, that's why we have the fans on. But you thinking of methane. But so I had I used to drink the Nosses.
You're still drinking those?
No. Remember I used to drink 2 a day. And my fingers used to go numb, and it would go numb all the way up to when it got to here.
Yes,
I took notice.
But in your defense, when we were up at 6 o'clock in the morning and we didn't leave the fucking building until 2, 3 in the morning, and then we would go have a beer or two. It was a long day. It was 20-hour days.
Yeah, man, those good morning beers.
I had other substance to help me get through.
You're talking about the Ginkgo biloba.
No, the sugar-free Red Bull.
Sugar-free, yes, of course. You're talking about the pie.
The pie.
It was the late night pie.
Yeah, it's delicious. Man. So let me tell you about a couple. Let me give you some Legends hospitality stories. All right. So, in Yankee, what is that? 9/11 papers. Sorry.
Oh, it's newspapers from 9/11. I'm sorry. I should have fucking turned that around. I am sorry. They're new. They're not even mine.
Is that
honestly?
Is that planted?
They're not mine. Damn.
You knew the New York guys coming in, and this is what happens?
They're my mother-in-law's, and you're gonna have to talk to Debbie on this.
No, but that
unfortunately
that's fine, because that is a date in history. I mean, obviously,
it's like Pearl Harbor.
The Kennedy
stuff, or Kennedy assassination.
It's that monumental, generational.
Stuff. Yeah,
100%.
It's a lot of history in there, And actually, her dad, he passed away, but before he did, he knows that I fly planes, and I'm really interested in that, and I follow it a lot. And he was actually like one of the main mechanics for Skunk Works, which is like the early early stealth program.
Really?
Yeah.
Government.
Yeah. And he
That's
he
cool.
started like telling me things and showing me things, and I was like, "Well, what did they give you to work on? Did you ask questions?" And he was like, "Oh, they told me that was above my pay grade." And I was like, "Oh man,
That's a true
like
government answer too.
that."
Like, yes.
And he was always, he retired, I think, from the Air Force and everything, but like to be a part of that shit's wild. He never even told any of my wife's family that,
Right. That's crazy.
He just he was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna know what I'm talking about."
Right. Yeah.
Those people, man,
Dude, it's so...
I'll never forget.
It's crazy. All right, so before I got distracted by your tactics there, so it's September, beginning of the NFL season. Mm-hmm. Yankee Stadium's already off and running. We're going to make the playoffs by a landslide. So the retail team from Yankee went down to Cowboy Stadium to help them with their season opener. They were opening up Sunday night against the New York Giants. And we went to the visiting stadium and we helped them during the day with the concession guys and the retail guy. We were just helping out wherever we can. And then once the game time started, we have our credential and we put our suits on and we walk the floor just to make sure everybody's good. But they have supervisors and managers in place. Like, we're just kind of there to help if they need like a fucking Mayday kind of deal.
Right? Yeah.
So all of us end up in Jerry Jones' suite. Like, that's where we, the visit. It wasn't a lot of us. It was probably like
This is at AT&T in Dallas.
the first game being played there. Like, first official game. A first official towards the season.
When was that?
September 2009.
9. Wow.
Yeah. So we had
Wow.
Yankee Stadium open in 2009. We had Cowboys, both Legends properties. And then Citi Field was opening also in 2009 for the Mets, the Aramark property. A lot of stadiums opened that year. But so we went down there and we're done. And we get like the call, like, "Hey, just come up to the suite. You guys eat, chill out, watch the game." And being that it's the Cowboys, Sunday Night Football, the opening of the season, Sunday Night Football, a lot of the guys are from Queens and the Bronx and Long Island, wherever, big Giants fans. I'm like, I wasn't a Giants fan, so I don't give a fuck.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm a Cowboys fan here or whatever. I don't care.
Cowboys fan. How do you clean the poop out of your urethra?
I don't care. I don't care. I'm a Jets fan. I bleed green.
Yeah,
when it
Jets
comes to
fan is
football
more
season.
respectable.
Yeah. So the Giants are taking it to the Cowboys, and obviously Jerry's not happy. And this fucking suite is filled with like
Giants fans.
George W. was in there, like all these like select, like there's like high, like we were on the opposite side. I mean, his suite goes like at least 15, 20 yards. It expands. It's just like a party suite, but for him and his guests.
W was there?
W was
in
there.
Jerry's?
W was there. Yep. There was a bunch of people there. I mean, I wish...
Condi?
There's a BlackBerry floating around in my house somewhere that has these pictures, Like, I was like...
Don't tell Hillary that.
So, the Giants are taking it to the fucking Cowboys, right? And obviously the Cowboy ownership is not happy. And so, a couple of our guys from Yankee are cheering for the Giants in the Cowboys owner's suite.
Oh.
So we get, at halftime, the tap, like, all you guys need to go right now. We got kicked out of Jerry Jones' suite by him. I mean, he didn't tell us. It was one of our GMs came and was like, "You guys get the fuck out." That's exactly what he said to us. I'm like, what am I doing? So we went to Jerry Jr. suite. It was great. It was fun.
You could be rowdy in that one?
Well, because everybody was more in senior suite, because that's where like the whole. I mean, it was his stadium.
That was when they had the time of mourning.
It was just so funny, dude. It was so funny. And then later in that year, when we won the World Series, going back to Yankee, we got invited. The Legends, like senior leadership, got invited to be in the parade, the championship parade. going down the Canyon of Heroes, which is fantastic. You know, it's going down Broadway. People, 50 stories up, throwing paper down, the whole thing. You know, every historic parade you've seen in New York. We were on that. So they blocked off all the roads. We were all in buses. We left from Yankee Stadium. It was probably 20 bus loads, like coach buses, with the players and the staff and whatever. And we were, because I still have it. I have bus 16, my credentials still from that championship parade. So we're going. They tell us where to go. We're on a double-decker bus, like sightseer bus, going.
Oh shit!
Going down the parade route, and I think it's like CC Sabathia in front of us in like the parade in the float. It wasn't Jeter. I think it was like Jorge, maybe Robbie Cano, and another guy in front of us, and then whoever behind us. So we're rolling through the fucking Canyon of Champions, and people are chanting at us, "Who are you?" Because it's all just a bunch of douchebags with Yankee like zip down jackets. They have no idea who we are. It was just they were screaming at us, "Who are you? Who are you?" We're like, "Hot dog guys, hot dog guys," because we're the hospitality company. That was a lot of fun. And then we get to the town hall.
Did you get a ring from that?
I did.
Wow.
We get down to City Hall, and we're sitting like right there. Like the players are all up on stage, and like the senior leadership for the Yankees, like the Steinbrenners and Montrose and Randy Levine and all those.
Costanzas.
Yeah, exactly. And then we were in the second row. And then all of a sudden, Jay-Z pops up and he starts walking out and he starts singing New York. I mean, I heard that song like 70 times at that year. It was awesome and repetitive at the same time. But
was he with Beyonce then?
I think so. Yes, he was, because when he did the Jay-Z and Eminem tour at Yankee Stadium, the concert, which was sick, by the way, I was in the elevator with Beyonce's sister. And she was a freaking sweetheart, man. She was so nice. She was actually talking to me. I got to meet Dr. Dre that night.
Oh, really?
I got to meet Busta Rhymes that night. Yeah, he could have. I mean, Busta, what it is right now. Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, no, a lot of fun time at Yankee Stadium. That's for sure. A lot of good times.
That's such the iconic baseball stadium. There isn't anything else.
Right.
You might say
you can't reopen.
Giant Stadium would be close, but it would be a distant second.
But it's like reopening Fenway or reopening Wrigley. Like you can't repeat that.
Oh my God,
you can't.
The Sox at Fenway, cold hot dog and flat beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna pat my cat.
Some dude in Transformers literally says, "Missing the Sox at Fenway, cold hot dog and a flat beer." Like that just, to me, that really that encompasses all of sports.
Dude, I really want to.
Sports.
I'm gonna need to check you out from fucking Sacramento and take you to the East Coast. We'll do a tour. We're gonna start somewhere. We'll start in Boston. Boston's iconic.
Oh my God,
and
Boston!
We'll go see a game at Fenway. We'll go to the Garden.
I want a cold hot dog and a flat. I'm gonna order that.
God.
By the way, I'm gonna order a fucking pie tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna order a pie tomorrow. I'm gonna order a cold hot dog and a flat beer.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you like, "Well, you fucking wise ass." Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm a wise ass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to be pegged as one.
We're not wise ass. You smart ass. You're a smart ass, aren't you? That's what you are.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Dude, we should definitely do the tour. We'll do the 95 tour, bro. Start in Boston, fly into Logan, Boston. We'll do Providence, where I went to school. A lot of fun there.
That's Rhode Island.
That's Rhode Island, correct. Little roadie.
So many states.
And then New York. Call it a day.
So do I get a stamp on my passport for every state?
We'll make up something. We'll just for sure. There's a baseball ball, MLB passports, which stamp at every MLB ballpark you go to.
It's just so wild that there's so many. There's a lot of differences in those states, right?
We could go to Colonial Williamsburg, get on the trip point hats. It'd be a lot of fun. Cap guns.
But you're talking about like here from there. I almost feel like that's a different country. It almost is a different country.
100% is.
It's almost like Michigan should be like the border.
Michigan still.
But we get Texas.
Michigan. Well,
We called it
what part of Texas? All of it?
the oil part. The oil and comedy
fair.
part. That's all I want. Just
That's
the oil
fair.
and comedy part. Just Austin and Houston.
That's fair.
Just the
yes.
stuns.
Okay.
Double stun.
Those.
Yeah, you can have Dallas.
I don't want Dallas.
Dallas is the East Coast because they're an East Coast team.
Well, yes. Well, that's because the Cowboys wanted to be in the East Coast because of time
But the
that they
Houston-
play on television.
Houston is the South team. So that's when the clock ticks down, you know?
Oh, is that what happens?
Right? I think probably.
I don't know.
It's how they do it.
Dude, I thought I was when I was in Detroit today. I'm like, there's no time difference there. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah, you were like, wow, I mean,
I'm waiting for my clock to go back.
Shitty time.
I'm like, damn it, that took forever. My arms are exhausted, you know?
God damn it. Well, I mean, the good thing about Detroit, and I obviously, I'm a car person, so it's like Detroit is the car place, right? Detroit is the reason why one of the reasons why we're not speaking German and Japanese.
Agreed.
You know, and so like, you got to give them props, but
But they also lost it all, though.
they lost it all. But it's not. We didn't do that. Our generation didn't do that. Our probably parents and grandparents' generation outsourced.
We created AI that's going to kill us all. That's what we did.
That'll teach them.
Actually, no. We're floating in the middle. Our generation, because we were the test pigs for everything. Atari, Nintendo, the internet, the World Wide Web, if you will. We were all that was all testing while we were fucking kids.
Oh, I mean, you remember the days when you could go on like newgrounds.com and
I don't
you
even
could
know
like.
what that is.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Dude, it was a countercult.
I wasn't a big computer guy, though. I
thing.
wasn't a big computer guy.
But dude, like
even
right
when
after
even when it came out, I wasn't a big computer guy.
it was like right
Word
after the
munchers,
Columbine
Oregon
shootings.
Trail.
Right after the Columbine shootings, they came out with like this game that was like school shooter, and it was like,
It was probably gangbusters too.
oh, like it was like one of those like, oh, like, hey, see somebody die.
No, the
you
only-
know, those like rotten.com,
Yeah.
all those
Rotten.com,
you remember
E-Bombs
that?
World. I remember that one.
And yeah, that was like
Funny
they
or
had the
not.
monopoly on bullshit.
Yeah, funnyornot.com was funny back in the day. Well, that was Will Farrell's.
What about? Have you ever been to blackpeopleloveus.com?
Can't say I have.
Ooh, for all the days to not have the laptop up here. I really need to take you to that one.
I don't want
We're gonna show little clips on there
2.0.
in the picture on picture. We're gonna probably show it like what is it right here? Right here?
Nope.
We're gonna show it in this area.
Not even putting a finger up for that one.
Yeah, we're gonna show it right here.
Oh, you got the white helmet. Damn.
What'd you get?
I got the yellow one.
Oh, really?
Because I was there later.
Well, you remember the safety classes that we had to go to
Oh, yeah.
just to go into the stadium?
I got
before it was
kicked out
built?
the first day. The first day I went into
What?
Levi Stadium.
For tomfoolery?
Because I didn't have steel-toed boots on.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's like when it was like we just got the CO to move into the building. So we were actually able to get in.
Wait, this is at Yankee?
This is at Niners, at Levi's. They wouldn't let me in. Because I came with like sneakers.
I think that helmet color meant something else.
No, I had the yellow center plate helmet.
Because I didn't need steel-toed boots.
Well, they flagged me down that first day.
They were probably
I went
Tupac
right
fans.
I went right to Ross. Yeah, I saw East Coast written all over my face.
Yeah.
I went to Ross that day and got myself the cheapest pair of steel toe I can get. It was like $19.99, blisters and all.
Those were so good for fighting when I was in elementary school. Dude, they were so good. It was like, all right, that's it.
Like, you know what? I've had enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Say goodbye to your front teeth.
Yeah. Me and my brother fought, and I had those, and it was...
Didn't work out well.
Well, I haven't had him on the show yet, so a story for a different time.
Yeah, no, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder here.
But,
you know what was it? We were just talking about before. The hiring, dating, speed dating.
oh, it really was. So, okay, so let's paint a
tasked.
picture.
All right. Yes.
Let's
yes.
paint a picture.
Okay. So
For the folks at home.
yeah. Do you want to paint it or me paint it?
Please paint it.
All right. So
Bob Ross is looking at you.
I love Bob Ross. He got hosed, by the way. You ever see that documentary? He got hosed.
You know, he used to be a drill sergeant.
No, dude, watch the documentary.
He's a tough ass dude.
It makes me even more upset. I want to fight for Bob more now than ever, and his son.
I got something to show you.
Anybody can have his IP now. Anybody can have his IP. They can do whatever they want. Bullshit. But
I got to show you his finger.
The claw. The thumb. Oh yeah, of course. Flavor saver now, of course. I think that was the thing to do. You probably see some in his beard.
The squirrel's got some.
So, all right, back.
Squirrel's hiding in his cheeks.
Hey, fuzzy nuts. So we were tasked for opening Levi Stadium, right? The whole kit and caboodle, and you and I clicked really, really quick, and I was ops. You were IT. Right? What was your title? I don't even know what your title was.
I change it every day.
No, but I'm saying, like, when you got hired from the old building to the new building, there wasn't really no set title, right?
I don't know.
You did all the POS, you did all that stuff.
Yeah.
UPC codes.
All basically the networking and the IT, all the point of sale systems, the registers, all.
I'll call you IT, all right?
Sure. I'll dress up like a clown for you and give you a balloon.
But for me to do my job successfully, we needed to make sure that your job was being done successfully, right? We needed to make sure we were collecting credit card payments and cash receipts and all that.
Those are important.
So you and I linked up really quick together because we had to make sure and check ports, and if it rained that day or somebody threw up on this one, we got to make sure we clean it, and we have the wrong pad in there, whatever. So we were tasked, though, to hire, I think, 320 employees. Mm-hmm. I think that was the number. And what we have.
That's so wild.
It was me, you, Chris Lake, which he was upper management, Ashley, Jay, Andre. He was Jay's number 2. Miranda, and Rob. Right? I think that was it.
Yeah, but I don't think they were doing the interviews.
No. But that was our staff. I'm saying that was it.
Well, yeah. I think actually we may have we brought Rob in as like a supervisor for the warehouse. So I don't think.
But that was our staff. We had nobody else at that point.
There were no employees.
Right. We were gonna bring some people over from Candlestick and whatever, but we had essentially no employees, and either the concessions, and that was everybody.
was there though too, right?
Joanna was there. Yeah,
too?
no, she was part of it. Yep. So we had to go out, and they did, Monica and Andre Moore, Big Andre, had to, they set up all those, what was the other girl's name? Shama?
There was Shama, but there was also Selena. Remember Selena?
Love Selena.
Selena passed away.
R.I.P. Yeah, I love Selena.
Cancer.
Yeah. So instead of going down Debbie Downer's lane, we had to hire these people, and we had the job fair at the country club right across the street.
At David's.
Is that what it was? I don't even remember.
Yeah, David's. It was the little golf course thing.
Yeah. And merch would have 4 tables. It'd be you, me, Jay, maybe Chris, maybe Joanna. I don't remember who.
It varied.
But and then they had all the concession people and the premium people. So it was 20 tables with one-on-one interviews, and you're banging people out. Convicted felon. Oh, sorry, gotta go. We did let a few slip through.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, that was a bad one.
But we had to hire so many people. The total number, I believe, from Zach Hensley, I think it was 3,300 people we had to hire.
Yeah.
Within the period of 6 weeks.
It was such
It's crazy to think about.
I mean, to be honest, I was kind of just checking for pulses.
No,
it was almost
100%.
It was almost hey,
100%.
can I even hold a conversation with you? Are you just a bag of sand?
Oh,
Are you a hologram?
You know what? Because I've done these hirings a few times, and I look for a few key standouts. Are you smiling? Are you eye contact? Are you talking without spazzing out? That's all I really need. That's really all I need. Because even if you are not technical and can't do a register, you can still be the greeter and just be a nice face that people see. You know, you don't want to see a fucking grouch walking into the store.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have somebody that greets you and be like, hey, or as you're leaving, have a great day.
You want to see a grouch when
know?
you go to the dressing room.
No, not even.
That's where a grouch is needed.
No,
because it's a deterrent.
Most of the grouchers are safe for concessions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
100%. You don't have to smile.
Put them on the fryer.
Give me your money.
Put them on the fryer just in case something happens. Maybe they have to smile.
And I think you even want those people with attitude on the register because people can get fucking rowdy with the beers and stuff. You need somebody that's kind of like a badass that's just like, shut up, give me your money, get out. You're not getting that third tender. I ate it. Fuck you.
Wild.
But it shows you going back to those bonds are created from what we did. We wouldn't have the same bond probably the last year Candlestick if I came in and that was it.
No.
There's no way.
No. And because
through the trenches of opening a building is like nothing else. That's our nom, bro. That is it because you are grinding.
And you hate to equate it with that though.
Of course, no disrespect to that.
And it's like I always have to say it's a camaraderie that you don't really get when you just work with somebody and you go home that night. No. You know, you go home the next day and like, hey, have a good weekend. How was your weekend?
Right.
Hey, hard day, huh? Hey, Monday, right? Woo, it's hump day. Oh, hey, Friday's tomorrow. Hey, it's Friday. We got any plans for the weekend? And then it starts over. The exact same fucking shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It that did not happen in our world.
No, because we didn't know when there was going to be a weekend.
No, we were fine with that. Fine with that. Because we got you build those bonds with your coworkers that become friends, become brothers that you're like, we're hanging out after. Like, what are we doing after this? Like, oh, we just worked 14 hours, but I don't give a fuck. Where are we going for beer after this?
Yeah, you guys all down to meet up at Denny's?
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll eat some sloppy ass fucking pancakes and just talk shit to each other.
Do you remember we took Gabby. Remember Gabby? From Dolphin?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I remember him.
So Gabby took over my role at Dolphin Stadium when I left to go to Yankee Stadium. Because Gabby was our store manager at the time, and then he took over the whole operation. Gabby's doing great, by the way. I love Gabby. Still talk to him.
So you went to Florida and then back to... That's right. You went to Florida then back to
New York. Back to New York. Correct.
Because you earned your credit, and you're like, now is my turn.
Well, I got the guy that...
Yankees, dude. How are you going to turn that down?
My good buddy Brad, who I interned with at Roger Dean, then he brought me aboard onto Dolphin Stadium, and then he said, hey, you want to come to Yankee and open? I was like, fuck yeah. Actually, I turned it down the first time.
No. What the fuck is wrong?
I did.
You turned down Yankees?
One of my very good friends that I grew up with was...
Muff.
No, Jake.
Okay.
We went to college together too, like high school, college together. He went to Vegas right after college and worked for Steve Wynn, and I mean he's killing it now. He's one of the biggest hosts in Las Vegas, and he'll never brag about it because that's just the type of guy he is. But at his bachelor party, Drake was texting him. You know, it was just one of those things.
The Canadian guy.
The Canadian guy, like, hey, I need a this, that, and the other, and Jake makes it happen.
An orange soda.
But I was out there, and it was the end of 2008, right before the crash. So I went out there and I interviewed for the Win, and I was gonna be like a red card manager or whatever it was, you know. But I was moving out there. I shipped all my shit from Florida to Vegas. Shipped all my shit. Told my brother and his fiance at the time, yeah, come meet me out there. You know, I'll be out there. They booked their flights, the whole thing. And the crash happened. And then my job was gone. Like they were on a hiring freeze for the casinos. So all my shit's out there. My brother and his wife have a ticket out there to go visit. And I'm like still in Florida, like, I guess I'm not going. I call my buddy Brad up again. I'm like, is that Yankee job still available? He's like, yeah. You want it? I'm like, yeah. And that's how I went to Yankee. I'm sorry.
Dude, how are you going to grow up?
Down the first time.
How are you going to grow up a Yankees fan and then turn them down?
Because I had a great job lined up.
That's it. That's a really dry Florida, really.
I mean, very dry, yeah.
And it's...
But it was something
lawless Florida, even more if you can.
But I saw what he was doing, and he was crushing it, and he enjoyed it. The nightlife was great, and it was just a cool time for the early 20s.
Because you were young,
dude. I was 22 years old, 23 years old. Of course, I'll go to Vegas, sure,
But for somebody that is so New York to turn down the Yankees,
I know.
I mean, it's almost like
I know
what.
Capiche?
I know. Did your parents have any?
My dad's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But look, it worked out in the end, didn't it?
I say
the stock market crashed for me. That's what I like to think about. And
it'll keep crashing.
And then
it's like a truck. It's like my Yukon.
That brought me to Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium is a flex to just say. Right, I mean, Cowboys is one thing, but it's also like Cowboys suck and they're terrible.
Cowboys, I was support staff. Like I consider Yankee and Levi's. Those are the two I truly open from construction.
But you were there with Candlestick.
I only went there once. I only went there once. I did go. I got a shirt out of it.
You know what's there now?
I still have it. No, what is there now?
Still nothing. Still not shit. Man. There's nothing there. It's just still a ditch.
I can tell you this because I faced similar realities from the fan base that you tore down this historic site and you haven't won yet.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get yelled at because I was the store manager in 2009. Of Yankee. I ran the big store, 119, right behind home plate. I mean, we did $4 million in business that year, just in that store alone. Oh no, more than that. But I would get cursed out for people telling me why are we here? We should be at the old stadium. I agree.
Yeah.
And all, but that's not really my call. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I collect a paycheck, buddy.
Dude, that was a dude at the World Series in 2009. The store, the lines wrapped around the fucking store 3 times. The queue lines that I had, the stanchions I had up just didn't do anything because there were so many people in there. And it's the corporate crowd, right? It's the Bank of America tickets that they give to the client. It's not the diehard Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Some guy wants to speak to the manager, so I have to go over there. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let me get my ass chewed out. You just gotta take it in the chin and be like, have a great day. So he's like, why don't you guys have handhelds to check people out like the Apple Store? And I'm like, because we're the fucking Yankees. You're gonna wait in line. And someone's like, what the fuck? The line's like, fuck you, But
that's a classic New York response.
But I saw a Yankee, the guy behind me, the true Yankee fan's like, fuck you, we're not at the Apple Store, we're at the Yankee Stadium, You want to come get it later, get it later. You don't want to miss the game, It was funny.
I mean, you can imagine being a gentleman of the IT nature and wearing this is when I decided to stop wearing name tags when I was in the heat of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Broncos game, which was actually the first NFL game at Levi's. It was a preseason game.
Yep.
But
that was in August,
still,
right?
Yeah.
I got the pin for it.
Yeah, that pin is worth. Well,
I have all the pins, dude.
I guess with inflation, it's worth about the same as what you paid for it.
It's probably less. You're probably
it's worth $200.
Yeah.
Yes, it was sold for 10 a while ago. So with inflation, that checks out. But so I was trying to get the trailers online, and
those fucking trailers.
because they run off of a generator, and then we didn't have Cradle Points or anything at the time, so I had to try and search and try and get a signal for these credit card machines to work.
Remember how bad of a thing that was in the beginning?
That was rough.
We're in the freaking tech capital of the world, and we can't get Wi-Fi.
And here's what they told me. They said, "Hey, Josh, can't you get things to work? Why can't Josh get things to work? You guys, Josh can't get this to work. Why can't Josh get this to work? Josh, we're in the middle of Silicon Valley. Why can't Josh get this to work? You know what? It's because Josh is here. It's like, oh my God. It was seriously, I was like ready. If I could, I would have walked out and flipped that trailer on its side.
Oh my God, dude. That trailer had more issues.
I would have crushed all those people.
Man.
And I would have infected people with some kind of rabies. Because that when they read your name tag and it's like, why can't you get to work, Josh? Mm-hmm. Hey, Josh, why can't you do this? And it's like, man, I am sweating my ass off in a suit here.
Been here since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and this is my second outfit of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
I have tearaway suits.
Well, because you remember, I used to get there like super early and go out and set the trailers up. Go out and set and I used to wear my like big jacket and like the double insulated pants and gloves.
Because it was chilly out.
It was chilly.
Yeah.
Then I would change into the suit for the regular time of the game.
Had to come with you. It's the warm ups and then you have your game time uniform always.
But then after you left, we got taken over, and so we had to actually have our own cash room too. So then that was me too. So then I would change into like some casual clothes. I'm talking like
your beater.
I'm talking like there was no sleeves.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm walking around with like still the thing on, and I just have a wife beater and like some parachute pants, like like some sweatpants and some shit like the Niners had, whatever they had at the time.
Great.
But it's like, yeah, I work here still. Like, whoa, that's.
Didn't you just give me change? How are you down here?
And it's just like I'm like Elsa. I just every time during the musical, I have a different little outfit on, and it serves a different purpose. And it's just like you're there from 12 to 12 the long way, or 4 to 8 the long way.
Game days, man. I mean, you had to be there by say it's even a 1 or a 4 o'clock game, you have to be there by about 5 a.m. because that's when security gets in. You have to get your parking spot and all that shit, and then you're getting, you and I would take the trailer, the golf cart around, check all the fucking POSs, how many we have, how many we have, I don't know, help rectify any things that were missed.
Things that were missed every game. Mm-hmm. When you open up a stadium, and here's one thing. So a lot of people don't know this, but if you had worked at Levi's when it was built,
don't incriminate us.
You would have heard a speech from Tim.
Oh yeah,
and it was a straight up like
rah-rah
Optimus Primal speech. It was like, well, maybe not Optimus Primal. Maybe actually the one, the only Optimus Prime himself.
You're too kind.
Capiche. I equate it to like almost the president from Independence Day.
Nice.
This is American holiday, a world holiday, something like that. But like you had a way to like. I know it's hard, guys, and this was when we had like 72-day work weeks. Yeah. Where nobody had a day off, and it's like, well, we're paying you overtime. Why aren't you working? And it's like everybody was getting overtime, but it still was just
it's a grind. Dude. It's a grind, man.
Opening up a new stadium is just it's wild in that way, and
if you can't motivate your people, though, you're fucked.
But you were and. Being like close friends with you, I know that you and me, I openly struggle with it and complained about it because I love to complain. I don't know if you know that about me.
I just call it a conversation. So,
but like I could constantly complain to you, constantly complain to Jay, constantly complain to everybody that I was like there with me that I worked with on a daily, and like you're like. Josh, okay, thank you for telling it like it is, but we still have to do it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it felt really good to complain.
You have, if that's bottling you up and you need to get it out, make sure you say it to the right person.
Or you go ahead and start up a
say,
podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, PTSD 10 years later, that's fine.
One day it'll leave me.
But yeah, I remember making those, which Ashley probably should have made. But I think I just stepped in right over her stepped right on her toes and just went for it.
But it had to be done at some point.
You had to, because you know what? I had that for me at Yankee Stadium. And that's why being put in a situation at Yankee Stadium, I'm green. I never opened a stadium before. I'm fucking 22 years old. I'm here for a paycheck and from swag,
Yeah.
And it was important to me. It kind of changed my whole perspective when my boss came up to me and said, like, listen, guys, this is it. This is your Super Bowl. You get one chance to open up a brand new stadium. You get one chance. Like, you need to make sure. And he gave such a speech that jacked us all up that, we went into it like, fuck yeah, let's sell the shit out of these T-shirts, as stupid as we were doing.
Yeah.
But it's still, it was still like everybody pulling the rope in the same direction, which was all you can ask for 300 plus employees. That's all you can ask for, And
to get that many employees to just like
believe in what we're doing.
Not just believe in what you're doing, but like, I don't want to say sell it either, but you're because you believe it yourself and you're kind of like
100%.
conveying it, right?
Right.
And so like you're conveying it in a way that's like 100% communication, right? It's like everybody gets it, everybody gets the message,
Yeah.
and it's completely received, and it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's like one day I'll tell Mike,
making history,
grandkids
dude.
about
Making
this or
history.
something,
You are making history. I mean, history's all over. I got fucking goosebumps. History's all over your walls right now, dude. Like that's from the shit that we did. Mm-hmm. I see an IS ball right there, dude. Like that's the shit that we did, man.
You signed that one.
Oh, is that the ball?
That's the one. Jay signed it too.
Good.
So now it's at this point
Collector's item. It stays right here.
it's in the camera angle.
But it needs to stay. This studio needs to be the Jay Gutierrez studio. I feel like it needs to have some or the Jay.
It was always
the
Cotton Auto.
chief desk. Something.
So this was always Cotton Auto, right? Because he used to bring his car here, his Cadillac, right? Which by the way, when he got rid of his BMW because
Love
of
that BMW.
coolant issues, which by the way, everybody with BMWs anywhere from the early 2000s, you're about to have anyway, his head gasket blew.
Okay.
And he had some transmission issues, and I was like, dude, just get rid of that because those German cars have a high resale value, even if they have some.
He was such a pimp player in that BMW.
But then he was like, well, what should I get? And I was like, dude, you're Mexican. He was like, don't tell me to get it. I was like, no, not a lowrider. I was like, you need to get a Cadillac.
Classy.
He was like, oh, well, shit.
What kind of Cadillac though?
I was like,
what did he have?
You need to get a CTS.
I love those cars.
You need to get a new CTS. And I was like, the new CTS Vs are sick. But
what's the V stand for?
That's stands for very fast. It's like they have the Corvette motors in them and like Camaro motors or
like a V8
right now
in
it's oh yeah, but he got a V6, right? So, but I told him I was like, this is the architecture on the Cadillac is based off of the Camaro.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They did this and they elongated it from like the
the
from an Australian model. Yeah, they
see, I know car talk.
It's a Zeta
For my
platform.
son. Shout out Dakota, what's up?
So Dakota, it's a Zeta platform.
Yeah,
that
talk to
is
him about it.
Basically, it's based off of the old, I think, Holden Monaro or Vauxhall. So it was based off an old Holden car, like an Australian GM variant.
Okay,
right.
Okay.
And so they brought that over. That's why they brought the GTO first, because that was actually literally the Holden Monaro.
Okay.
So then they stretched the architecture out. They made the old Camaro. They made Jay's CTS, and I was like, "This is technology that's been tried and true.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that
proven
3.6 liter, and they're pretty good. Get it,
and you won't look back. I love the car too, man. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, and like he got it. I mean, he got it used, and I Was able to talk him down a little bit. I was like, tell him to knock some down for this, knock some down for this. You know, like
he should have just brought you with him.
he did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Jay's
Good.
nobody's fool.
No, Jay is nobody's fool. Man. I miss you, buddy.
So,
nobody's fool.
It was like, you know, I was able to get him to like knock $1,500 off, right?
Yep.
So you got it for like eight or $9,000.
It's a big deal, though. I mean,
Right, and so like, you know, after that, it was like, dude, I know these cars. Bring it to me if you need anything done. And every time, even after I moved up here, because when I was in San Mateo, he'd come up and he'd be like, "Hey, I need new brakes. I need to see what's going on with this." And I was like,
I wish you lived closer to me, dude.
"Well, I'd just be like, dude, pull up a beer, pull up a chair, you know," and just like,
100%. No,
and I'd be like, "Well, I think it's this." But you know, even
let's
when
take it all
here,
apart. Let's find out.
even when I moved up here, he came and did it here, you know, and it's like,
How far of a drive? Well, he was in San Mateo, right?
yeah,
How far of a drive is it from San Mateo to here?
it's about an hour and a half.
It's a good ride.
So I mean, but
Where'd Aunt Judy live? She's around here, right?
she's up in Elk Grove. She's in Elk Grove,
But
yeah.
that's just same direction, though.
That is same direction
From like where we
here.
were
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
from.
Yeah, yeah.
When Joe would take me, it would be. I feel like I saw the Sacramento signs.
yeah. It was actually very
Go
close
meet in the
there.
Chili's parking lot.
That's where the zoo is moving. Sacramento Zoo is moving to Elk Grove because it's a lot more.
We got a lot of
room.
stuff out there.
Yeah.
Or nothing out there, I should say.
Well, now that
Man.
the crop is gone.
Man. Crop. Oh, yeah?
Well, I don't know if it's gone. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't speak on that.
True or false? Tomorrow on our drive, we're passing San Quentin prison?
Ooh.
Or we're passing a famous prison tomorrow on our drive. Like from an East Coast guy, like, oh shit, we're passing that. I think it was San Quentin. No.
Where is San Quentin? Let's
No.
pull it up.
No. What Johnny Cash sing?
Oh, Folsom?
Folsom. We're passing Folsom. That's what
Oh
we're
yeah,
passing.
yeah. Folsom is close
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Folsom, yeah.
I want to stop and take a picture tomorrow.
Folsom Prison.
I want to stop and take a picture in front of like the sign.
You know, like even
I never fucking drove this way before.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh shit, yeah, man. You know,
Ever.
like
The furthest I drove this way was to Aunt Judy. And when my dad and I drove in from Florida, from New York to California, I think we took 40. So we went the southern route because we hit Denver, then went to Vegas, and then took 15 up Bakersfield, all the way up. So I missed that whole northern part, California, northern Nevada area.
Dude, it's a different.
Like the hills have ice shit.
It's a different state. It really. You've been to Southern
Like
California?
Chino. I've been to Southern Cal. Yes, I have been to Southern
It's a
Cal.
different state. It's a different place.
Well,
And just like it feels like a different state. Just like New York feels like a different
I was
country.
about to say the same
You know?
exact thing. It's 100% correct.
Like that's why to be honest, I haven't really been out of the country since I went to Mexico, and that was it. I only went.
I've only been to Canada.
Twice, I
and that
can't
was
even
it.
get in there, so fuck them.
But that was the only
You know?
time. That's my only out of country experience is that.
Yeah,
I've never been anywhere
It's
else.
just the United States affords so many different perspectives and
That's
so
how
many
I feel,
different land, like so much.
My God.
a lot of different cultures. I mean, it's just like
We need
it's
to-
wild.
Key West, dude. You guys would love Key West, dude. Love it. Even with kids, it's just awesome. It's such a. You feel like you're in a different fucking country. You really do.
Yeah.
And that's like my Caribbean. I've never been anywhere else Caribbean besides Key West. I'm going to Aruba in February.
You bringing the little ones?
No, actually. Remember how I went back to...
Just you and the lady?
This is me and the lady.
Uh-oh.
So...
God, you guys gonna shoot out one of those? Like,
No.
One more of those kids there?
I just turned 40 in April. No more. The next baby we're getting is a puppy, bro.
She's younger than you though, huh?
Yes, she is. Yes.
You never know.
No.
She might squirt one out.
No, she's asking me to get the...
They'll get you.
Yeah. But when we're going there. But when I left California for a wedding, Valentine's Day, that's when Heather and I got together. It's his second wedding we're going to. My boy Rich.
Whoa! Wait, so this dude got your buddy Rich got married.
Valentine's Day 2015.
You met your wife.
No, I met my wife 3 months prior to that.
But you saw her on that wedding.
That's where I met her at the first wedding. And then we started talking like every day when I was out here. And then I was in my buddy's wedding party and I'm like, "Hey, you want to be my date to this wedding? I'm coming back to Queens for this wedding." And Richie's one of my best friends, dude. He's a Yankee guy from the old building to the new building. Similar to you. Very similar. You would get along fucking famously with my boy Rich.
Richie and Muff, you guys are invited on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, Muff's a wrench head too, so you get along just fine with that. But
plus we all like Muff.
Well, of course.
From time to time.
Whatever. No, all the time. But yeah, so I was going back for his and now we're going back to Aruba. We're going to Aruba for his second wedding.
So what happened? The first wedding didn't work out?
No, she was kind of a pill. Yeah.
Was it an opioid?
No. She was really fun at
Sleeping
first.
pill?
Really, and I don't want to trash. I'm not trash talking anything, but she just didn't understand our lifestyle, so to speak, stadium lifestyle.
Sounds like a Tylenol PM.
Maybe 2. But yeah, that was one of those persons that if you met your wife during the beginning of your stadium career, probably wouldn't have lasted.
I did, though.
At the beginning of your stadium career? No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You met her at Candlestick? No, you didn't.
No, well, it was close.
I remember when you met her, dude. I remember when you met her.
It was close, though.
We were well into Levi's.
I was right after that first season, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it was during the first season.
It was right
because you guys would be like, "Hey, we're going to Campbell. You want to come?" And I'm like, "I'm sitting here by myself in my apartment, getting smoking a joint." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Tim, I really miss when you lived so close like that. That was wild.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'll meet you there."
And it was like,
Where's Campbell?
And we used to go out, and it wasn't even like you were the third wheel. It was like, I would save the table, and you guys would go get the drinks.
Yeah, me and CJ would be chilling, bro.
But you remember that time when you guys went to go get the drinks, and I sat down, and like all these other like women and stuff, they sat down, and like my wife came over. Well, at the time, she was not my wife, but she's like.
What
6'3", and she's like, "Why are they all sitting here?" And they all like
scattered.
They're like,
it's like running through a sea of pigeons.
Wild. It was a wild thing to see. She hates when I bring that thing up. She hates when I bring it up, but I always do.
But dude,
I do that. It's in my nature.
But I have fond memories of you and I going out. I have a great memory of. I'll tell that story in a second. Great story of you and I and Jay. But like I have great memories of you, like when you first started dating, and you're like, "Hey, I'm going out. You want to meet us?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to meet us. I'm jerking off right now. Whatever I'm doing. I'm sorry. Playing video games."
You went to go master basic technology skills.
Yeah, cut that one out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out.
But you know what I mean. But
whenever we cut something, whenever I say it, we always do it.
But you know what I mean. I was just sitting in my apartment by myself. That's what I was doing because we'd work 14 and 15 hours a day. I'd go home and I'd play video games or just do
take
nothing.
A fucking nap
or just go to bed. Yeah,
drink yourself silly.
Not
smoke.
Even. I'd probably just smoke and then go to bed. Like that's all I did because I didn't have the energy to do anything else. But like if you would call like, "Hey, I'm going out." Like I'm going. Where you going?
Yeah.
All right, send me the address.
That was killer, dude. That was.
But that was like Jay, dude. Jay, and I'm so sad for so many reasons he's not here anymore. But Jay had so many life lessons to me that he gave to me, and he was, I don't know, how old was Jay?
way older than he was.
Granted, yes. I mean, he was the youngest of fucking 8 or 9, whatever it was.
No, it was double digits.
Was double digits?
Yeah. It was at least 13.
Was that many?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a lot of brothers.
But he
and
was
sisters.
the baby, though. He was the baby.
He was the baby. Yeah, he was. I think he was the baby boy. I don't think he was the baby.
I think he was the baby.
Really?
I think so. But I don't know.
I know that his mom treated him like the baby.
Let us know. Call in.
Because you hear Jay answer his phone, and it's like, "Hey, mom." Hi, mijo. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
oh, dude.
It's like,
yeah.
and then it's just like,
oh,
it's
yeah.
like if his sister were to call and it was like,
Yeah.
hey, mom, I need some help. Hold on, Jay's calling. You know, like, hi, mijo. You want what?
So
anything you need, you know, and any of the sisters, and he would be be like, yeah, my sisters don't get
you know
shit.
what? You know, and I don't think I told anybody this, not even my wife, but when my dad died last year, 4th of July, my dad died on the 4th of July last year. You know, battle of cancer, the whole thing, and it was terrible, but, you know, whatever. I talked to Jay for like 3 hours on the phone, like a couple of days after. And he's sitting there talking to me, talking about how his brother passed away and all that. And we're both crying on the phone, you know, just fucking full-on man tears. And I'm like, that's the kind of dude Jay was.
Yeah.
That's the dude that Jay was.
100%.
Like,
yes.
he was there just like, you know what? You know, I haven't talked to him in fucking months. But, you know, same thing. Like, we'll text you, and it's like nothing ever changed. Like, no time lapse. You know, regardless, no time ever lapse. But it was just like one of those things, like, he fucking, you know, he called me and just fucking just started talking and shit. And I was like, you know what? That's, you know, that's like that. That's what you look for in fucking friendships. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually, you hit the nail on the head.
And that was Jay, dude.
That was the kind of person he was.
Yeah.
It was, he's one of those people you realize, like, oh yeah, he should have, and this sounds weird.
He didn't
to say,
have to care, but
like,
he does.
No, but he should have passed away at this point because he transcended everybody. Like, he was more human than any human that I know. Mm-hmm. And he was further along in his spiritual journey and, like,
100%.
Just being, like, the best person that he could possibly be.
100%.
So further along than me. So
Than any of us, dude. Than any of us.
Than a lot of people that I know. And it's just like,
you know,
he like, got right to, like, Nirvana. And he was like, dude, during his funeral, his girlfriend.
I can't wait to do something to honor him this weekend.
We
by
will.
The way,
We'll
by
be
the
taking
way,
the freedom funnel there.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna whatever it is. We're gonna. I can't wait to honor him. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But he was the kind of guy that would buy some random dude or random whoever it was breakfast.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%.
And he would always order milk after the fact. He wanted it cold, but
he was a pay it forward guy.
Yeah, he was a pay it forward
100%.
guy, and it was.
You don't get that often.
I was that way too because it was like, bring your card, wherever you need. Like, because he had quit merch, right? That's the only way that he came to my wedding was because we didn't work together anymore. That was my rule. I didn't want anybody that I worked with. I worked with you, past tense.
Right.
Worked with Joanna, past tense. Joe, past tense.
Well,
and then Jay, past tense.
You guys used to lock horns, though. I mean, and that's fine.
Well,
just like I used to lock horns with him too.
Yeah,
I mean that's fine. But that's how you know you're fucking boys,
dude. That's the thing. Is like you locked horns with him,
and you're still here to talk about it.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly.
You know, like the thing is, like, with Jay, I didn't want to make friends. Like I said, I didn't really care about making friends. Wow. It was a job. It was something I collected a paycheck from. Mm-hmm. But I went there, and it was like,
how quick a thumb in the ass changes that, huh?
We'll edit that out.
Edit that one out.
But you know, like, I went there, and you guys
just saw
hey,
how
we're gonna go out, and I was like, all right, I'll be there, but I'm gonna show up with like a bad attitude, and I'm gonna wear a wife beater and a leather jacket.
Like a fucking 5-year-old who didn't get to go to Toys R Us after fucking Friendlies or whatever after the you know.
But you know, like it only took one or two times to where it was like,
Clicks.
holy shit! Like these guys are real people, and they're not the
typical.
because what I went through at Candlestick and what some of the people were at over there was different. You know, it was not what I was used to. It was not what I was expecting.
Sure.
You know, and like you guys forced me to be your friend, and
Well, that sounds bad, but yeah, thanks.
I thank you.
Sleeping on your couch tonight.
But like, dude, it was like,
no, I understand that.
It was because you had to, because I was reluctant to do anything. I was reluctant to do, and I complaining aside, because you know I love complaining.
But you know what?
But
I got an ear for you.
You know,
go for it.
Yeah, and you know, you somehow you always listen to the complaints, and you were like, yeah, you're right.
Let's turn that into a fucking positive.
Maybe we should have a beer.
Do. That's what we're gonna do.
You know, maybe we should have a beer.
Oh, I rolled this joint out of my sock. You wanna hit it quick? Turn your frown upside down.
Yeah, and it was
right.
just,
but you're 100% right, dude. You're 100% right.
You know, you guys, that's making friends. Like the act of making friends was changed for me, and I was like, what, 25, 30 or so.
You're a
like
pop.
You know what I mean? It was like that act in itself. It was like, now you have a different. Well, it was wild to open that up.
It's a different perspective, dude. When you're going through it, it really is. There's no like I have lifelong bonds with you, with Joe, with Miranda, with Rob. Like those are lifelong bonds, dude. I'll never forget those people. Like everybody, Abner, bro. I will never forget Abner. You know, my man Shermanator, dude. I love Shermanator, bro. Like Stan V, fucking.
Stan will be on the show, and Eddie.
And Eddie, dude, man. Eddie was one of my favorite fucking people. Him and Stan were my favorites.
You guys will be on the show.
Like I don't I don't talk to him often. I'll talk to him through Instagram and shit. But they know I fucking love them still. You know, like it's just a bond that you don't get. You don't get that if you go into year 4 of a stadium. You're there for a job. There's not the same bond.
You don't get that if you go to like Amazon or if you go anywhere else. This is a unique thing.
But that's apples to oranges, though. I feel like too, because you are going through something that's you're providing for the overall customer, right? The overall fan, way bigger than you and I, dude. It's the brand of the Niners. You know, like that is so catastrophically bigger than anything that you and I will ever do in our lives. It is, besides having children. But that is the pinnacle, dude. It really is, because it is such a big moment for not us, but for those millions of fans out there. You know? It's crazy. I work with a dude now that's from Alaska. Big Niners fan. Flies in 3 times a year to watch a game at Levi Stadium.
Oh shit.
I'm saying those people are out there, bro. You know, it's like it's crazy, dude. And it's cool to think that we were the ones that fucking opened the door to that fucking stadium. You know?
God, was there you said there was a special something earlier.
Oh yes. Well, it was when the first night you and Jay and I went out.
Oh, wait. Okay. So
do you remember that one?
Was that when when he transformed into a rhinoceros?
No. Oh, good night. But no, it was the Giants game.
I remember.
Okay. Should I share that story?
I mean, that will be. We'll edit it out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But so that could have gone. That could have propelled life in such a different direction.
No, I'm thinking of a different night then.
You're not thinking of the World Series.
That is another night, yes, but no, another like before then.
Okay, then tell that story.
Okay, so that's a great story. We won't. Yeah,
we won't.
Yeah, I don't even remember the whole thing
because it never happened.
I don't remember the whole thing.
Maybe maybe it did.
I don't know. So it had to be July, or probably July of 2014. Jay got tickets. He's like, hey, let's go to the game. So I drove to Jay's house. We hopped on the Caltrain
Yeah, Caltrain.
to AT&T, and you met us there.
Yeah.
His friend Megan met us there. A couple other people, and we got after it at the game. Got after it before. Got after it after, and that was like one of the first true times we hung out. It might have been June, like hung out outside of work walls because we were working that entire time. You know, from end of May or beginning of May all the way through up until we had to a point that we're like, all right, we could take a day off.
Yeah.
So we went to the game, and great game. Well, I don't even fucking know what the score was, but we ended up drinking.
I don't even know who would play.
I don't even know. The Giants play that day? I don't even know. So we're going after the game. We're out. I remember being in front of the McDonald's right there. We go to a couple bars in front over, there, and there's other Levi Stadium people there that went to that weekend. It must have been the first weekend we all had off. AB was there. Like it was just like, it was a good time. Then we go back to his friend Megan's house. And we're all sitting on the on the couch.
Uh-huh.
You have your Giants jersey over your shoulder with the wife beater on. And all of a sudden you're like throw up all over this poor girl's couch. You're like, and you weren't like over the top wasted or anything like that. You're like, I'll clean it up. Like, no big deal. We were me, you, and Jay were like, we got it. Don't be no big deal. It's fine. It's a white fucking couch. It's fine. So you have a little fucking OxyClean on there. You're good to go.
White hides stains. Right? White hides the stains.
Not when you just had 2 cheeseburgers from McDonald's. It's like
and whatever the hell the stadium fed us.
Whatever, dude.
God, I remember that.
No, because that night I ended up staying there.
I know, and you didn't sleep on the couch with us. I don't know where you went.
And you guys are all. We all woke up like, we got the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Flip the cushion. We're going. It's like one of Jay's good friends too. I felt bad. And she was awesome because we played golf together.
She was a nice person.
She was awesome.
And she was
awesome.
Killer. I'm sorry about that. And I think I cleaned it up pretty well, but
after 42 beers, I doubt it.
I mean, shit. It's one of those last times where you're like, gosh, I certainly embarrassed myself there. That was a time.
It was so funny because you weren't like sloppy. That was the whole point. Like, you weren't sloppy because you're like, you bounced right up. You're like, I'm sorry. It was just kind of like a hiccup burp that has substance to it.
I mean, that's how I can remember it. It's like, I was completely.
But that ruined the night, though. That just ruined the night. So everyone was like, all right, we're going to go. Well, it benefited for me, but it was just.
That's what I heard. Bless your heart.
But yeah, no, that was like one of the first memories of us going outside. Like, hey, we just worked all day. Let's go have a beer. Like, let's meet and fucking do it.
And it was always we were all so different.
It was great.
It was always like.
But that's what makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, it was always like we were like.
You don't hang out with everybody like yourself. That sucks.
We were one Ninja Turtle away from fighting crime in the sewers.
I think we might have been a splinter away. Once we brought Joe in. Once we got JB in.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, once Joe was in, then... we had a Master Splinter. It just was a mix with an April O'Neil.
That's a good call.
Bless her heart.
That's a good call.
And like...
Hey, man, I say what you want. I worked for her twice, and she's the one who brought me out here. So she is responsible for me knowing you, knowing Jay, knowing Joe, knowing everybody. Like, she is responsible for that. Because she had to convince me to come out here.
Yeah.
Convinced me. She even fucking bought me the ticket. She went and looked for apartments for me.
She's always been somebody that...
She's a really good person.
Will surprisingly take care of you as a person.
Yes.
You know,
Well, she got
and I won't
she got
say
fucked
but or anything because she
No.
will.
Yeah.
You know,
Tough to work for.
and she
at
has for me
times.
before. But I just told you when Willis passed away, she was like, "Go do what you need to do." I remember how it is. I mean,
she had
it's
her
a dog.
bulldogs. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's a dog, but
Absolutely.
it's like still, it's you know, your dog dies. It's 5. It's like it's not supposed to happen that way.
Right.
You know, it's
No.
supposed to at least be a little bit older.
No, like double digits.
Yeah, he should be dying like
That's
now.
what I'm saying. You know, people can say what they want, but she's always had nothing but like my best interest for me. You know, personal and professionally.
She's been good as far as being a good human being.
Even when I came, like when the whole thing happened with Heather, she's like, "Tell me what you want me to help you do," and she helped me. You know, she helped me get the transfer within Center Plate back to Long Island, and then Selena called the current GM that didn't know she was getting fired to transfer the cell phone. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
I mean, no, we give her a lot of shit,
She was the
right? And
boss.
not to her face.
She was the
but
boss,
she was the
though.
boss, and
That's
you
it.
have to do that.
I think
you
that-
are the Wicked Witch. That's why we're the flying monkeys.
I think
that's
that's-
why we're Ashley's flying monkeys.
That's any.
I mean,
that's
you know,
any industry. That's any hierarchy. That's anything.
But that's her words. She had always described herself as the Wicked Witch. Okay, so I always said no. I shared an office with her. She was fine. Except for that fucking rotten pumpkin that she left on there. And one day it flipped down and then that was it. It was just the smell was something else.
Well, when you left, it was me and her in there, and she kept her shoes all down there after like where I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Well, no, I was in
Was
there
it
after
me and you?
No, I was in there after you were there.
Yeah, well, I barely sat at my desk. You know
Because it was
that.
your
Like,
office, and then it was me and Jay and the other one.
Well, it was Chris Lake's office. Started at Chris Lake's office.
Oh, because Ashley was in the center plate offices.
And then he brought in a desk for me to have in there.
Yeah.
And then Ashley moved down to that office, and
then Chris quit.
And Chris quit. And her and I split an office, and then you and Miranda were in the office right next to us. Mm-hmm. And then that's how that went. And Jay had his little fucking cubby set up in the warehouse, chilling.
Yeah, you know,
I was out there a lot. Well, I was barely at the desk anyway. I mean, you had to be at your desk for POS shit, back of the house stuff, but I never had to be at my desk.
Yeah, I liked that once I got more into because back then I was doing a lot more of the
You were printing
paying
that-
and invoice
right.
ordering stuff. Like
you
the
were making sure
purchasing stuff.
Miranda's printing out the right fucking barcodes. You were, double checking all that shit. I mean, a lot of important factors to go into opening a stadium.
It's just it's wild to think that there's so many people that we opened it with, and this was not long ago, that are gone.
We're 10 years now.
That are gone though. They're gone. You know, like a lot of people that we were close with there, they're gone.
How so?
Jay,
I know,
Selena. There's other people there too, but those are the ones that like
resonate.
Pete, who I worked with at the Cow Palace, he's gone. There's people that
There's guys like that I have at Yankee too. Like,
and I'm
100%,
sure
100%.
And I'm
You're
sure you have like those old program guys, or the guys that are like, we
dude.
started when the Yankees started their merch contract, it was just us, and it was a family business.
100%.
And those guys are gone. Like
100%.
for the A's on my side.
Well,
if
the guys are, I doubt any of them are still doing it at Yankee. I went to a Yankee game in like, if I went to a Yankee game in like 2 years, but I went this year actually for my 40th birthday. I went, but I didn't walk the stadium. Like I didn't see those guys like we had them placed when I was there. So I hope, and they were old in 2009.
these guys were old when we were born.
Yeah,
but like they always had that kind of presence at the stadiums.
I feel like they worked the stadium so long they were gray hair, but they were 35 years old.
Right, but I'll tell you what, like these guys, like, they can quote stats wildly, like some kind of a savant.
It's almost like Rain Man style. That's just like that was but thinking about these guys that probably grew up in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, that was all about like, holy cow, Mickey Mantle, you see how far he hit a ball and like how many home runs he had this year and so forth. And like that's when like the stat era became a thing, with those guys. Those are the guys who started fantasy fucking sports.
Do you think do you think stats is starting to take its toll on baseball?
Yes. To the point that it's over analyzed, that you're not letting people just play the game.
Do you think when it's overanalyzed like that, do you think it becomes like kind of a superstition?
No, not superstition, but it forms bad habits, I feel like. Because just even from the youth sports, like I see it now, like it's crazy that you stick to one sport as like a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
All the way through. You're going to burn the freaking kid out unless he's a prodigy and, he's going to be something, but that's a needle in a haystack. It's just, it becomes too much the focus of, it's all situational as opposed to, you know what? Go out there and get a base hit. It does ruin it because people, it's such a top level at the pro side of it that, yeah, it makes sense to a point. But, like, they got rid of the shift last year, right? Like, the full-on shift. Like, you can't have the shortstop past second base. It used to be the third baseman, second baseman, and first baseman all on the right side of the infield, and you had the shortstop covering the whole area. And 2 outfielders all the way in right field, and one guy patrolling center field to left field. Like, you're a professional hitter. If you can't hit it opposite field at that point, then it's on you, Like, you're getting paid to hit a baseball. You should be able to freaking pluck it down the line. Like Juan Soto, dude. They play Juan Soto to a little bit of a shift. But the other night I was watching him hit 2 home runs opposite field. The next at bat he came up, they're really playing him to pull the ball. His first pitch he saw, he tried to bunt the base hit. Like, that's awesome. Like, that is how you're supposed to play the game. If they're playing you a certain way, you change your tactics and you change it because you are a professional hitter. Right. That's what you do for life. You're a professional hitter. Well, nothing else. A hitter.
He's taking into account that they're paying so much attention to the stats that they're going with one route, and they're going with basically like the auto draft of like
100%
based off of stats.
Right.
Like they're just, and so. Right.
I think the statistics world of it is ruining youth sports because it's becoming so analytical. It's like, let the kids just get out there and play. Like,
I know when I was young that I couldn't, baseball didn't do it for me. Like football did it because it was constantly.
Dude, Dakota is like you. Fucking hated baseball. And as much as it killed his father, that he didn't like it, and I'm like, all right, it's fine.
Who's his daddy?
I am. Yeah. That's another good Jay story. But it wasn't fast enough for him. He couldn't just sit still and wait for a kid to hit it to him. Like, he just couldn't do it. Like, that's why he likes soccer. That's why he likes football. That's why he likes wrestling.
Ooh, soccer. Ooh, no, that was just running, though.
No, but Heather was a big soccer player, so she loves it.
Heather. God, she strikes me as somebody who would like to run. God, that's terrible.
No, she doesn't. But
Heather, don't run.
She was a very fast sprinter, so I was told. But that's what she says.
Soccer is just it's painful to imagine playing.
Never played a day of my life organized soccer.
I did, and it was the worst sport ever. Because I had to play baseball, I had to play football, I had to play. My mom didn't make me play basketball. But I had to play
basketball. Basketball is the best, and that's why I think you probably would have liked that, and I think Dakota would like it because it's just nonstop.
No, I liked playing basketball, but only at recess.
Right.
Only against my friends, and it was like hey guys, rules. I'm just gonna get these rebounds.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm just gonna be here, get these rebounds. I don't want to
do anything else.
Hey, I'll be passing to Jesse. Jesse's gonna shoot. And hey, Daryl, you're gonna go up there. Daryl's gonna. But it was like, I'm just gonna get rebounds. Okay, you're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
I like to do that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I'm not 7'10". It doesn't really work out very well right now.
7'10". We'd be doing a lot of different things if you're 7'10" right now. I would take you on the tour right in Manhattan. Cheese pizza.
You mean a pie?
Yeah, see? It's already rubbing on you.
But Kevin McAllister didn't order a pie.
He said 1 cheese pizza. You know why? Because he was from Chicago. He wasn't in New York. His aunt and uncle live in New York.
Okay, but even when he was lost in New York, so to speak, I didn't have. He certainly didn't order a pie, and it's really, it really is a different world.
I just want to. Tomorrow we're gonna prove this point. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna prove it tomorrow. I'm gonna call my mom. Hey, Jean, we're gonna order you a pie. It's coming to your house. You can eat it. I don't care if you eat it or not. It's coming to your house. Have you thought about bringing another cutout character here?
I have.
If so,
it would be
who
Jay.
would it be? Yes, they do that. Fathead does that.
I've been thinking about. I mean,
that would be awesome.
I thought about bringing a cutout of Jay with us, but I mean, I couldn't get
of Jay with?
I don't have the full body shot, but
yeah,
like, dude, that dude is just like, you think back on him and you're like, he was really like
he was the glue, dude.
Well, it wasn't just that though. It wasn't just that he tied the group together or that he made people that wouldn't be friends. Mm-hmm. It was that he had a way of like expressing his wisdom to you to where it didn't seem like wisdom. He
would give me some, especially when I had to move back to New York. He was like he would check in on me all the time when I got back to New York, make sure everything's good, and he really gave me some good advice going into fatherhood as what I was, just kind of put things in perspective for me. That was, I wouldn't got that anywhere else. It wouldn't have been from my dad. It wouldn't have been from my brother. It wouldn't have been from a cousin. It would have been from a friend, that's gone through something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was the one that did it. No bullshit, dude. I mean, he was a special guy, dude. I'm going to cry this weekend. I know I'm going to cry at one point, and I'm okay with that.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, I can't. I'm looking forward to it. He deserves that. He deserves tears from us. 100%.
He would want me to pinch your nipples when you cry.
Yeah.
I will do that.
And then he's going to tell me to kick you in the balls. Now what's I'm going to do?
Jay!
He started.
Don't have him do that shit, Jay. That's going to hurt really bad. Shit, that sounds really terrible.
No, you know what he said? He do both to Alan.
Well, I mean, Ricky's not even coming, though.
I'm very upset about that.
And I'll tell you right now, because we're going to have a podcast eventually with Ricky, and he's going to be here, and I'm going to talk to him, but you're not going to be here. I wanted you to fire him.
Dude,
a little bit. Just a little bit.
You hated him at first.
He
rubbed you the wrong way when we walked into that store and interviewed him.
Because
we did that tag team interview.
I know. All right.
And we kept Jasmine. Jasmine was awesome. We're like, yeah,
Jasmine is one of those rare people that you can.
She's like, I don't even want to be at the store.
Trust around a pile of cash.
Yes.
Yes.
She's like, I don't even want to be at the stadium anymore. Let me oversee the stores. You got it. See ya.
Yeah.
One less thing for us to worry about.
She was from Palo Alto, which was the problem.
And that one closed.
Alan was from there too. Mm-hmm. Lots of them were from there. Lots of our core people were from there.
But dude, Ricky was so funny because we interviewed him, and I remember him like, this kid's a little fucking wise ass, but he's cocky, he's good, but Mike, he's a perfect retail guy. He's a fucking... And me, being an East Coast guy, never living on the West Coast, just visiting, a handful of times, if that. I'm like, this guy, and you fucking, like, don't do it. Like, straight up, like, don't do it. And I valued your opinion more. I valued your opinion. I really did valued it. And I'm like, no, dude, I like him. I like him. He's a fucking wise ass, but I like him. He reminds me of home. We're keeping him. You're like, fuck you. All right.
But then, then I get to the store and I tell him, hey, I'm here to, teach you how to use your all your machines and stuff. And
Cash out the draw, all that.
Here's how you doing. So I'm like, I'm there. And of course, the people that I know, J9, Janine, J9's out there somewhere, and Daniel and Brian and
Daniel.
F. Villanard Narvaez. He goes by Bill. But they were all there. And Ron, everybody was around, and Rick Dog was nowhere to be seen. And it was just, I of course had, as you know, somewhat of a short fuse, and like I said before, love to complain. So those two together, when they're together and they converge, when Ricky
Sounds
doesn't show
a
up
home run
for something that I was sent there to do, which wasn't really a bad thing. I mean, I got to expense my BART ticket, and I was out there and riding BART. I mean, riding BART's like riding the subway, but it's like you get to see all kinds of creatures. It's like Men in Black, but for real.
It's entertainment with a ride home.
Side note, what for you guys? So for us, the real sideshow is under the Transbay Tunnel.
There's nothing like
the Transbay Tunnel.
There's nothing like the New York subways, dude. It's not even comparable. It's not even. I'm gonna have to send you videos, and I think there's a dedicated Instagram page that says New York subways, and it's. Man, you'd enjoy it. You would enjoy it. I'm gonna send you a video via Instagram, and you're gonna become like, wow, let's go to the video. And that's how it's gonna be. It's fantastic. I'm gonna show you this weekend. You know what? I'll show you this weekend. We're gonna hop on the old internet on my phone, and I'll show you, and you'll be like, it's not real. This is the fucking 7 train at 6 o'clock at night. Yes, it is real. It 100%.
Okay. Well,
there's people dancing. There's people selling candy. There's people dressed up as rats. There's people dressed up as fur babies.
We're gonna visit that once I order the pie, and we're gonna see.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a pie means something different to you.
I love how you think I'm lying about any of this stuff.
A pie.
I can't wait.
What if they asked me, would you like apple or pumpkin? What would you say to that?
Then you call the wrong number.
Would you flip your shit? You would.
No. I wouldn't flip my shit because I know that's not happening.
You get the turtles and the Foot Clan.
That's the difference between New York and California. You go right to apples, you sick fuck. Yeah, you and Nana P.
I'm so sorry. I should have said lemon meringue. That's my favorite. It's not apple at all. I don't actually even like apple. I like pumpkin and lemon meringue.
I don't like any of them. Gross.
You like the cheese and crust?
I like a good cheese Danish. That's what I like. How you doing?
Okay. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll conclude tonight's broadcast.
Giving you off the mic.
Tim?
Hey,
you're welcome on this coast as long as I'm alive.
Hey, you know what, Josh? We met 10 years ago. You've been a brother for 10 years. I love you, and thank you for having me, man.
Pleasure's all mine.
All right, let's tear it up this weekend.
All right, guys. See you later.